Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to Audio Addiction. It's your boy Brandon. Thanks for hanging. Thanks for chilling. We are going to be doing a fun one tonight. I have been politely asked to do this group many weeks in a row. If not, maybe a month, maybe a little bit longer. I don't know. It's probably maybe I don't know. I think it's probably at least a month, if not little longer. But we are covering 2Z, which I'm excited to jump into. I have been blessed with some information on the group as well. So thank you, Sarah. Appreciate it. But yeah, we're doing 2Z tonight. We're doing their whole discography in terms of title tracks. So if you are catching this on stream, thanks for hanging. But yeah, very stoked, very excited. But yeah, thanks for joining the stream. Sarah, hello. Kaylee, hello. Thanks for hanging. Um, I do not know much about this group. Sarah will probably be my wing person for this stream a little bit. They had the opportunity to go see 2Z when they came to the States, which is awesome. I don't know if they made their way over to the East Coast or not, but I'll have to keep my eyes out to see if they come out east this time around. But would love to see them. So I feel like any group, I'm always down to see musicians in general. So this would be really cool. Sarah says they only had the 3 tour dates on the West. Okay, perfect. Well, Choosy, if you're watching this, please would love to see you on the East Coast. I know traveling has been wild. Sarah says, but they should be back in the U.S. this summer. Very nice. Well, it seems very appropriate to do this. Gungy says, what's going on? Stream till 11:45. I think you have your priorities locked in, and I respect that, Gunky. So very cool. As mentioned, we are doing 2Z. So I will get the playlist pulled up now here. We are doing My First Hero, Doctor. Let's go for it. All I Need, Stand, Oasis, Stupid, Rainbow, Siren, featuring with Kaylee and Sun L. East End, excuse me. It Is You, I Know, Greeting, even though I'm not okay. Uh, Keep the Promise, 2020 March. Fighting for My Dream, featuring Stay and Sun L. Um, Reason, Back to Back. Like a Movie, Hope, 2Z Anthem, Playground. I am gonna butcher that one entirely, and looks like Something Else. So let me just double check. I could scroll down all the way to the end. Uh, is it Playground? No. Oh, Glorious Youth, maybe. That's what I'm guessing. Calla, thank you. Thanks for hanging. Sarah says, yes, I'll keep adding videos so Gunky can keep getting their Switch. Biscuit, hello. Calla, hello. Thanks for hanging. But yeah, we're doing 2Z. Just a little background information on them. 2Z or TUZI is a 5-member band under UZU Rocks Entertainment and Go Go 2020, who debuted on January 14th of 2020. Oof, rough. Bumjun is the leader, drummer, and formerly a keyboardist. Very cool. Is it New Vom? I can't really read this. Maybe it's just my eyes per se. It looks like New Vom, but we have Zunon, Hojin, and Junghyun as keyboardist, vocalist, and DJ. Hyojin is main vocalist, and Junghyun is bassist, vocalist, and rapper. Ooh, wow. Okay. And there are 2 former members of the group, Hyungwoon, which was the main rapper, formerly of 14U, from the time frame of January through July of 2020, and G Siab, which is their former guitarist and vocalist from 2020 to 2024. Oh wow, okay. not 2Z. Oh my god. I was gonna say the deep dive doc is for real. So, um, Kaylee says a lot of their music pops up on my Spotify for me, and every time I have to go look whose song it is because I like it. It's always very nice. There you go. I've only heard some of their songs, so I'm excited. Very nice. Very cool. Jazz, hello. Thanks for hanging. Yeah, 2Z. Sorry, that's very my very New Jersey, formerly New Jerseyan accent. So, um, very cool. All right. It looks like it starts off with We 2Z. 2Z debuted on January 14th of 2020, as we mentioned before, with the EP We 2Z and the title track My First Hero. So, very nice. Let's get into it then.
I wanna go 즐겨봐 다 같이 발음서 부족해 we need more 두 배로 더 Red lights 들어와도 never gonna stop the sensation 가짠한 무시해도
Okay.
인정할게 I'm a creep
Huh.
너희들은 나를 보고 신나서 what the fuck 말해 뭐해 난 뭉치게 돼 out of myself out of no pain 타고난 게 뭔지 알고 박을 해볼게 너도 오늘은 맞춰볼래 내 컬러 알아보지 말해 걸지 누구든지 오늘은 나 잭스포 no pain no gain 이대로
The Jack Sparrow caption.
Like my superhero 꿈을 꾸는 난 youngblood 볼륨이 터지더라 my first hero 숨이 멎을 것 같아 I respect you 입만 나불거리고 눈치 보는 지질이 너 shut up and go 너 shut up and go 갈 때까지 가볼래 baby without you 늘 혼자였던 every day
Huh.
내가 만든 창살에 갇혀 있었네
Bridge is interesting.
깨고서 짓밟고 일어서 세상에 크게 소리 질러봐 숨이 멎이도록 끝까지 가볼래 볼륨이 터지더라 my first hero 숨이 멎을 것 같아 I respect you 입만 나불거리고 눈치 보는 지질이 너 shut up and go 너 shut up and go 갈 때까지 가볼래 baby Hey you're my kick strong I'm a hero 모여봐 여기로 손가락질할 때까지 미쳐봐 amigo 내가 James Bond 너는 Bond girl 오늘은 비밀로 하자고 네가 보고 소리쳐 봐봐봐 미쳐보자 자자 나같이 말만 하지 말고 우다다다 세상에 blah 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 노래해 라라라라 갈 때까지 가볼래 baby without you
All right. This was 2Z's first song, My First Hero. If you're hanging out for the deep dive, thanks for hanging. This was very fun. I enjoyed this. This is again my first introduction to them, so I feel like it's good one to start off with. I felt like the energy was definitely there with their music. I mean, I would expect nothing less. I feel like kband's always bring the energy, and I feel like this is obviously no exception to the rule there. Um, I really liked the differentiation between the different members. Like it felt like it felt very cohesive in the sense that I was like, wow, okay, they all sound really good, but like it was cool to kind of like notice different members throughout the song, and I think they have a unique way of distributing the members where it's just like, oh, okay, you're not just getting like one specific vocalist, you're kind of getting a good mix of everything, and I think they do a great job of representing all the members really well, which I feel like sometimes can't always be said about music in general. So I love to hear that. Um, there was a lot of interesting like rhythm sections in this song that I thought was pretty interesting for like a first song or first song that I've heard. Um, I really thought the bridge was probably one of the more unique sections of the song where it doesn't feel like I want to say that it does feel cohesive towards the end, but at first I was like, this seems very odd and like very melodic in that bridge section, and it kind of threw me off for a little bit. But then like as we kind of got through the bridge a little bit more and got towards the end, and then the way that they were able to kind of transition it into that final chorus, I think they did a really great job. Because I wasn't really sold on it at first, but by the time we got towards the end, I was like, no, I understand what they're doing here musically, and it works out because it's like such a juxtaposition. Um, and I thought that was really nice. Sonja, thanks for hanging. No, this was my first hero. This is the first song, so we have just started. Um, but yeah, no, I thought this was really interesting. I liked the different like piano choices in this song as well too. Like I think it has a lot to do with it looks like Zunon is the keyboardist. It could all have also been Bumjun because I know Sarah had put that he formerly was the keyboardist. So either one of them, I think I think the like electronic elementation really kind of broke the song up a little bit more, and I like that. But I did think though the different vocalists were really cool. I like Hojin's vocals. The section from Jung Hyun was also really great. Um, they all have like different characteristics to their voice that I'm excited to pick out a little bit more. I'm sure as we get into more material from Tuesday. Um, but yeah, I think this is a strong start. I would say, like, is it blowing me out of the water? Not really, but I think that it is such a really well-rounded, well-constructed song that, like, to me, it's just you could put it, you could have put it in a smattering of other songs, and I probably would enjoy it just for the sheer fact that it is extremely well written. So great introduction. Excited to see more, of course. Um, Gunky says that some of the parts kind of remind me of the Beastie Boys, but way more poppy. I could see that. I could see that. Though I would have to see what type of Beastie Boys song you're referencing because I feel like there's varying degrees of Beastie Boys type material. So, but I can envision it. I can envision it. So, very cool. We are keeping it moving. The next one is Nostrum. It looks like Sarah says Nostrum 2Z made their first comeback on May 5th of 2020 with the EP Nostrum, the title track Doctor. Ooh, very nice. All right. Well, let's get into Doctor then. No sleep till switch 2.
I got a feeling 나쁜 healing
Oh.
준비해왔던 널 위한 노래는 the only sound I'm dreaming take falling 두려워 떨던 세상 끝까지 널 구할게 그게 누구든 어쨌든 널 위해 싸울게 yeah go for 너 원해 better life 그 정답 노래 내 노래는 대답
chorus is so good.
내게
Ooh.
남은 거라곤 on your back, look back 속에 살아남는 법. 내가 받는 건 남들 쉬지 않는 텅 위로 don't 봐라 너는 말이 거쳐봐.
That was cool switch up. I like that.
숨 크게 들이마시고 You can call me that. 여기 집중해 나를 봐봐 attention 머릿속 비우고 질러봐 다 shout. I got feeling 나뿐인 healing 난 준비해왔던 널 위한 노래 The only sound I'm dreaming 뒤에도 falling 두려워 널 세상 끝까지 널 구할게 그게 누구든 어쨌든 널 위해 싸울게 Yeah I got feeling 이 세상은 밀림 난 기도해왔던 구원의 노래는 just a sound It's warning 눈물도 raining 무서운 thunder 네 아픔까지 난 구할게 그런 아픔도 상처도 내가 닦아줄게 Yeah go 여기 집중해 나를 봐봐 attention 호흡 들이마시고 내뱉어봐 Without
Ooh, okay. I'm not gonna lie, I thought the song was gonna be a little longer, so that was interesting. This was 2Z's Doctor. If you're hanging out, I thought this song was gonna be a little longer. I thought it was setting up for the next section. It feels, if I could, again, because this looks like it was just a title track from. Okay, so it was from an EP. So it does feel like, and Sarah can correct me if I'm wrong, but it does feel like it leads into the next song on the EP, if I had to guess. So if that's the case, then I'll be a little bit less aggravated at it. But if that is the case, then that makes sense, and I respect I fuck with the vision. Man, this song was a lot. This one had a lot more energy to it, which I love. Definitely feels more along the lines of that like kband like rock sort of feel to it, which I think is great. I think a lot of it bends on just like how strong the chorus is, and I gotta say that the chorus in this song is so infectious, really catchy. I really enjoyed kind of like the melody choice, as well as that like the hook on this song was just so good. So shout outs to them, they did a great job in that chorus section. But I do feel like the rest of the song kind of builds around that, maybe excluding the second verse. I thought that rap section with it maybe is Hyun Wong. It could have been, no way, let me see, I'm looking at the time frame. Yeah, actually it was. He was great. I definitely liked his like little rap section, and then obviously following that up kind of more so later in the song, I think was really nice as well too. Um, but yeah, the overall energy was really, really, really good. I thought that this one definitely had like a little bit more of a kick to it. I feel like probably as we get along further, maybe there's gonna be more songs that just have a little bit more, just are like pushing it a little bit more. But I enjoyed that chorus thoroughly. I think that is doing a lot of the heavy lifting certainly, but I think for a good reason, because it is really, really kind of like their statement piece in the song. It's like, what are we trying to build around? We're trying to build around this like core section. So I think they did an excellent job. Really enjoyed this one a lot. Sarah says this is one of my top 5 songs, probably. Ooh, okay. I could see that. Gunky says, I like this a lot more than their debut. This doesn't light my fire. It's good, but not great. I just felt a little bit, it just felt a little too seamy through the song for me. The rap section was a nice change up. And then Sarah did confirm that. Okay. Um, yeah, no, I thought this was very interesting. Like I said, I have to probably listen to the rest of the songs, but I would definitely say this is like a really well adjusted song, and I think they took a lot of the things that I would argue they learned in the first song and kind of moved it along more like I feel like they're elevating as we've gotten into new songs. So I'm seeing the vision. I'm seeing the vision. So I'm about it. So very nice. Let's go for it is the next section here. On June 17th of 2020, it was announced that Hyunwon has decided to leave the band. And then Zunon was announced as a new member of 2Z on July 5th of 2020. And then they released their first digital single, Let's Go For It. Okay, very, very cool. Kala says, I'm liking the music so far. 2 playlist songs. Hey, let's go. And Gulky says, I'm looking forward to us getting into the newer songs. Ooh, okay. All right, a little tease. I like it. All right, let's get into Let's Go For It.
고통, 눈물, 전쟁, 증오.
내가 아닌 우리가 이겨내야 할 숙제입니다.
믿음, 평화, 희망, 사랑.
바로 우리 모두가 꿈꿔야 하는 세상입니다.
우리 모두는 행복해질 자격이 있는 소중한 사람들이기 때문입니다.
한번 가봅시다.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
파란색 하늘에 커튼에 그리워 누구나 어디나 흙빛 얼굴 하얀색 미소에 자물쇠를 채워 슬픔에 번져간 깊은 한숨 내가 꿈꿔왔던 건 또 바래왔던 것과는 다르게 또 하루를 보내고 내일을 바라네 불 죽어있지 마다 괜찮아 어려울 것 하나 없으니까 한번 가봅시다 이렇게 좋은데 나란히 손잡고 행복한 날들 wow, 떠나보냅시다 서럽게 울었던 막막한 아픔도 이젠 안녕 조금만 가까이 또 조금 더 말해줘 사랑해 고마워 같이 가자 내가 꿈꿔왔던 것도 바래왔던 것과는 다르게 또 하루를 보내고 내일을 바라네 물 죽어있지 마다 괜찮아 어려울 것 하나 없으니까 한번 가봅시다 이렇게 좋은데 나란히 손잡고 행복한 날들 wow, 떠나보냅시다 서럽게 울었던 막막한 아픔도 이젠 안녕 이젠 해봅시다 이토록 밝은데 다같이 손잡고 행복의 노래 wow, 떨쳐버립시다 서럽게 굴었던 답답한 오늘도 이젠 바이바이
That's nice. Very nice. All right. This was 2Z. Let's go for it if you're hanging out. Thanks for hanging. Um wow, what an interesting. I got to give a lot of credit first and foremost to the beginning part of that song. I really like that. Obviously, I feel like it speaks for the time frame that this song was released in. So weirdly enough, it's like that time capsule of I can't believe that happened. But this song was definitely more interesting than I had originally anticipated it to be. Um, and I think it's really a good listen. I would love to give this another listen because maybe I'm just I gotta give it another spin. But I think this one had it had a little bit of a nostalgia to it. Like I can't really quite pinpoint it, but it like felt a little bit it felt like a little Beatlesy. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I love the Beatles. Like I said, I grew up listening to a ton of classic rock because of my parents. So I feel like I have a lot of affinity to it, but it has a sort of like classic nostalgia sort of feel to it that I feel like probably upped my enjoyment of it because I'm like, wow, this, it has that like acoustic guitar and like the way that the electric guitar is in this song, like it has this sort of like flanger type effect that I feel like again has that sort of vintage sort of like like flanger sort of sound to it that I appreciate a lot. Um, and then as well as that, like like the vocal breakout was really nice. I feel like all of them had like you even more so I think than previous songs. I feel like vocally you could really discern like the different like colors and flavors that I feel like the that each member kind of brings to this song. And I really appreciate that a lot because I think it really highlights them all very well. And, obviously including new members to Z, I feel like this is a really good introduction to that. Um, but yeah, I think this one requires a little bit more listening, and it's not because I didn't enjoy it. I just feel like there's probably some things that I need to like put together a little bit more in my head. But like I would say this is up there for me. I enjoyed this one a lot. Like the ending was also very sweet too. I love them just like sitting around like that fire and singing like the woes. I thought that was really cool. Um and just like goofy. I'm a goofball, so I feel like I probably have like an affinity to enjoying that sort of stuff. But but yeah, this was cool. I like the arrangement as well. But yeah, I thought it was a good song to just like vibe out and enjoy. But yeah, it gave me that little bit of nostalgia tinge, which I think is just a huge compliment to what they're capable of doing. So yeah, I enjoyed this. Enjoyed this. This was cool. Sarah says Jung Hyun's giant goofy ass self kills me. I agree. Kagi says I need to listen to this more, but right now it's either a 7.5 or an 8 for me. 8 is equal adds to playlist. 7.5 is no add to playlist. Okay, you're very much on the fence. I could see that. I could see that. Biscuit says I admire this specificity. For me, it's just vibes. LOL. I feel like I don't really create playlists. I really just listen to. I'm a serial album listener, or I'll listen to like the song a bunch of times. Um, but I probably should get into. I probably would like to see if how crazy my playlist would be if I did that. I mean, obviously I have songs that I like, but I'll go through and like the songs on the album. That'd be cool. I'll have to try that. I'll have to see it. Sarah's like, if you have like 15 seconds to hear, I like on TikTok, I add it to my playlist. Chaz says, damn, I have like 50 plus playlists. Kyle says I add anything I might like to my master playlist. It's almost a free for all. Holy shit. Okay, y'all are interesting. Okay. I could see this. I could see this. I could see this. Gunky, you weird album listener. I have one giant playlist with all my songs and just listen to it on random. Okay, well, I mean, I feel like you guys should already know that I'm a serial album listener by the pantheon of vinyl records behind me. I am, yeah, I'm an album listener. So, Kaylee says, I also have a giant playlist that goes from crying to headbanging. I mean, listen, I would go to the full gambit of emotion. So I get it. I get it. Um, Sarah says I also put my faves entire discographies into a playlist and just huffle all of my babies. Oh, shuffle all my babies. Okay, there you go. I was like huffle. I was like, doesn't make any sense. But Biscuit says I just add something if my brain likes it and tend to play the same 50-ish songs over and over again. That's also fair. I do put entire. I will say the only time that I'll probably do that is if like I want to listen to like one artist and I'll put all of their albums on one playlist. That's probably the only other. It's probably the only example that I can think of that I'll do something playlist wise. Otherwise, I'll listen to it from front to back. So I know I'm weird. It's okay. It's probably why I continue to do YouTube videos. But very nice. We are keeping it on. The next one is Not Without You. 2Z released their second digital single, Not Without You, on September 18th of 2020. So, very nice. Kunky says, you know why I loved it when we hit the digital era? Because I'm really picky, and in main cases, I only really like a few songs on an album. Hey, that's fair. Kaylee says, I also just click play on an artist page and just listen through their stuff. That's also me. Fair. Basically, it says I don't have a playlist for moods either. I just randomly get urges to listen to specific songs. That's fair. The only time that I can think of off the top of my head where I'll do that is like if I like think of another song, like if I listen to something on here and I'm like, damn, this reminds me of another album that I really like, then I will go through and listen to that album like the next day because I'm just like, damn, I missed what that album sounds like, and this like brings my brain into another part of the thing. So I get it. Jazz says mine are organized by mood, language, etc. Oh my god. Okay. Kaz says I either listen to one song 90 times or 800 songs. Let's shuffle. Why? Holy shit. I go from Love Wins All to Auto, then to Extraordinary Heroes. That's some insane whiplash. I respect y'all for going through it. But very cool. Let's listen to All I Need next.
기억하니 그 멜로디 바람에 실려와 날 흔들었네 그게 언제든 또 거긴 어디든 난 길을 떠나네 Two chance 지친 한 걸음 디딜 한 모금 난 만족하네 So good Life is trick but it's not over 아직 살아갈 만하다고 알아줘 Love is real and love forever 제발 내게 말해봐 All I need 모든 말이야 사랑한다 그걸로 됐다 Finally 기억해줘 내 목소리 구름에 떠가듯 늘 혼자였지 여름 끝에선 또 겨울이 오고 난 숨을 고르네 투웨이 뜨겁던 사막 사라진 신기루 난 노래하네 So sing Life is tree but it's not over 아직 살아갈 만하다고 알아줘 Love is real and love forever 제발 내게 말해봐
little bit of rasp. That's nice.
지면 다시 또 forget 오늘이 가면 잊혀질 yesterday 내일이 오면 사라져갈 today Life is trick but it's not over 아직 살아갈 만하다고 알아줘 Love is real and love forever 제발 내게 말해봐 All I need 모든 말이야 사랑한다 그걸로 됐다 Finally
Whew. All right, okay. I see you, Cheesy. Very nice. This is All I Need if you're hanging out. Thanks for hanging. I think I read the wrong one, so I'm gonna read this one. All I Need. Cheesy released their third single, All I Need, on November 20th of 2020. It was a title track of the same album, and a promoted B-side is Stand. Okay. I was gonna say this one's the standout song for me right now. I'm gonna put this as my placeholder song for my favorite as well. Man, this was so good. I think the vocals on this were phenomenal. I don't know if I have a favorite. I would say if Hyojin had the like raspy tone, then I'd probably say he was my favorite. Though I really have liked Zunon. I did not add with that. Okay. Oh boy. I thought that this one with Zunon, since he was doing like the keyboards and stuff like that, he's got such a unique tone, like a really kind of like low end, just a great like low end tone, and I thought it worked out really well. It was a nice contrast to that like bridge section of the song, but definitely enjoyed this one a lot. I think it just felt super well. But I thought this was great. So this and the instrumental was great as well too. Like that little bit of string section was beautiful. And just like the melody choice was awesome. And I think they did like a little bit of a key change, or they did like a melody change, like maybe in that like bridge section or like just before the last chorus, that I think really kind of cemented this song to be amongst my favorites. So definitely enjoyed this one a lot. Sarah says, wait, I didn't add Without You to the playlist. You can add it. Just let me know and I'll refresh and we'll go back and jump ahead after. So, but yeah, no, I enjoyed this one a lot. This has definitely been a standout song for me, at least. Just everything to me collectively just felt like it clicked. So definitely enjoyed this one a lot. Gunky says, not my favorite song by them, but my favorite tonight for sure. Ooh, okay. Sarah says, I guess we'll listen to that one on a different day. Yeah, if you want to just tell me, Sarah, to add, I'll wait, or we can skip to the next one and come back. Whatever works. If not, I'll jump out. Wait, let me see if I'll pull it up. You added it. Okay. Let me refresh then. You get to see the beginning of All I Need again. Okay, cool. We are now going back because we have missed Not Without You. This is their second digital single that was released on September 18th of 2020. So we are going back and then going 2 songs forward after this. So let's check them out. The time travel, exactly. Okay.
참 다행이다 곧 눈을 뜨면 넌 내 옆에서 언제부턴가 그랬던 것처럼 You and I 둘이면 돼 그걸로 돼 How does it feel yeah 너와 함께면 happy together It is enough 난 만족해 It is true
Okay. Huh.
우리의 북소리가 하나 둘 리듬을 타고 빛같이 녹아들어 온몸으로 전해올 때 Now we are flying away 기타 소리가 하늘 끝까지 가면 끝장날 때까지 소리쳐봐 언제나 꿈꾸던 우리의 파릿한 날 꿈의 세계로 끝나지 않길 바래
Ooh.
잠에서 깨지 않길 바래 널
That was top section. That's fun.
now 계속 같이 가잔 말야 기다려주길 바래 꿈에서 영원하길 바래
Great harmonies in the back. Oh.
너 없이 안 된단 말야 너 없이 rainy day 아주 낯선 들판에서 우리 노래가 들리면 Dreams to stay with forever 지름 같은 어둠에도 우리의 빛이 보이면 그게 영원히 함께할 거란 약속인 거야 끝나지 않길 바래 잠에서 깨지 않길 바래 널 향한 말이야 now 계속 같이 가잔 말야 기다려주길 바래 꿈에서 영원하길 바래 너 없인 아니야 너 없이 안 된단 말야 너 없인 rainy day
All right. Very nice. This was Two Z's Not Without You if you're hanging out. Wow, this would have been this would have been this would have been sad if we missed out on this one because I can now see the pattern, right? You know, like I thought this was really good as well. I think both of these songs back to back, you know, Not Without You and All I Need, I think were both really, really good showcases of the band so far. I really love the emphasis on like the rhythm section in this song. Really, really, really well done. I gotta give it to Bumjun. He's got an incredible knack for like that sort of rhythm section. I love the toms. Um, um, I I thought the like tom section was just like so much fun, and I think it kind of carries that sort of like anthemic feel of the song. Um, I just enjoyed like that good yeah, that good rhythm section that I feel like carries that song. It just builds that momentum and just kind of again moves the song along in such a beautiful way. I also saw that Zudon also does a little bit of like of that like tom bass drum like tom work as well, like when he's like playing the keys, and then as well as that doing like he's got that little like soft like a little bit of, I think they're called hammers if I'm not mistaken, but like just like that soft like thing, and just works out so well because again gives that sort of anthemic feel to the song that I feel like is already at the underlying point very apparent. But I think once you include like the guitar work, the way that the singing is, it feels it just gives this really strong anthemic feel, and I really appreciate that a lot. I was even kind of getting like little bits of like the way that like Imagine Dragons does a lot of their stuff, like with a lot of like toms and like a really kind of like arena rock sort of feel similarly as well, and a different kind of catalog of music. But like a Coldplay, I know Coldplay does a lot of that sort of stuff of kind of like incorporating like more like world elements into their music. And while I wouldn't say that this song has world elements, it does have a lot of that sort of anthemic like building block pieces that I feel like those groups also do extremely well. So wanted to kind of point out the parallels, at least in my mind, of how I see it. um Vocally, this was also very good too. I really enjoyed a lot of the strong vocals in this. Again, very anthemic. As you're noticing a theme about my commentary on this, but yeah, I enjoyed this one a lot. This was very cool. Like, there's definitely a lot of cool like energetic moments, and then like once you get through like that section where like they shoot it on like that like temple slash like bridge section. I think it was like right here, like at that 206 mark here is just awesome. Like once I feel like that's truly where the song kind of like starts to take its wings and really kind of grow. So yeah, this one would be one this would be this would be one without, and I'm glad that we got to listen to it. So definitely nice. Gunky says, now this is the best song of tonight so far, and Gunky says we are not without not without you. Oh God, that is such a tongue twister. Sarah says, Bob Jude is crazy. Love that guy. That is awesome. I hope to get to see them. Sonja says it did have a Coldplay feel. Yes, I liked it a lot. There we go. I'm glad we're thinking in the same headspace, Sonja. So very cool. This is again would have been sad to not listen to this one. So we are gonna skip past All I Need, and we are going to check out Stand next, which is it Stand? Yeah, it says Stand. Um, Sarah says literally turn my back for 2 seconds and his shirt was off and gone, like not even on stage or in the crowd. Brandon says, "You want to be disappointed in me? Oh no, oh no. What are you gonna what are you gonna say now, Cookie? I don't like Coldplay's. I mean that's fair. That's not a negative. I will say, at least for me, my musical love for Coldplay kind of stopped at Viva La Vida. I think that was probably the last album. Maybe like the album after that one was like the one where I kind of like, I want to say that I didn't listen to him. It's just like my music taste changed. But like their first like couple albums that they released before Viva La Vida, incredible. I would say that those are some of like the strongest, like they have some really strong songs on those early albums. So that's all I can say. I don't listen to Coldplay a ton, but I do love like those first couple albums. So very cool. Okay, so we got through All I Need. The next one is Stand. It says, let me see if I got this correct. Act one. It says I have Act one here, so I'm hoping that this is correct. Okay, same album. All I need. Okay, very cool. I was just making sure. All right, not yet. All right, awesome. Thank you, Sarah, keeping me on track. But let's check out Stan then. Wait, Gunky had a hardcore punk phase. Is this a Gunky? This is a Gunky lore drop right now in chat. That's crazy. I had no idea.
지금은 꿈꾸며 앞만 본 채로 달려온 건지 지금 우린 또 괜찮은 건지 오늘도 우린 꽤 반짝였지만 내일은 더 빛나게 간절하게 왔네 잘하려고 하지 않아도 돼 해왔던 것처럼 오늘 그대로 가면 돼 이미 앞에 또 와 있어 지금 눈 감고 발을 떼어봐 Every time 용기 내 Now walk this way We are shining when
Ooh,
we
okay.
are together Together We will never stop and gonna get tired We can fly 놓지 않을게 손을 잡아줄게 어둠 속에도 길이 돼줄게 하고 싶었던 말도 듣고 싶었던 말 이제는 너에게 모두 다 말할게 내가 언제나 함께 해줄게 당신이 잡은 소중한 빛을 놓칠까 나는 두려워 지키고만 싶어 태양이 빛날 오늘을 위해 눈을 떠 일어나 이제 Every time 용기 내 Now walk this way We are shining when we are together Together We will never stop and gonna get tired We can fly 넘어지고 다시 쓰러져 너에게 세상이 등 돌린다 해도 언제나 전처럼 일어나 넌 다시 달릴 수 있다고 난 믿어 We're shining when we are together, together. We will never stop and gonna get tired. We can fly. We're shining when we are together, together. I wanna gonna let you go to real lifetime. You will never stop and gonna get tired. We can fly. 지도 넘어질 때면 그저 두려워 나는 하지만 너와 함께면 우린 해낼 수 있다 믿어
Oh God, I didn't mean to jump into that one. Quick, too fast. All right, very cool. This was 2Z's Stand. If you're hanging out, thanks for hanging. I like this a lot. This is really nice. It is such a contrast. I feel like it's such a contrast to All I Need in a good way. it's very somber. And I think that's kind of to the benefit because like the verses feel very like low. I want to say low energy because that sounds negative, but just like has a little bit lower of a feel to it. Like I feel like they're trying to build the song up, so you obviously have that more. You have that bigger payout in that chorus section. I don't know why I said bridge, um, which I think is really fun. I will say it was cool to kind of hear them in like a different context. And so I really appreciate kind of that vibe of the song. I will say that the chorus is probably the shining light in this song. Definitely like that a whole ton. Um, it kind of is giving me like older emo bands that I still listen to now, but like kind of gives a little bit of a little bit of that type of feel, which I think is interesting. I don't know why I would have correlated that type of sound to the chorus, but it just feels very like of like the I don't know like mid 2000s like emo alternative type music, which I think is good. I don't know if that is particular one of their influences, but kind of gives me a little bit of that I was gonna say mid 2000s summer emo. I agree. Um, which I think is really cool. I think it's like I said, I don't know if that's their influences or they have any influences towards that, but that was like my first initial thought. Which is cool. I did find out, it looks like Sarah did confirm that this was a song for fans, which is also very nice because I think this is a really cool fan song. Um, and I just like the vibe. I love their kind of like ensemble vocal sections as well too, and like them shooting that like the one part in the video where they're like all singing along to the song. I just think that's so nice. But yeah, overall, I thought this was I thought this was I thought this was a good vibe. So definitely enjoyed this one. I think all I need was maybe more along the pace of what I enjoy, but I think this one has like a little bit of a soft spot for me. So um, definitely appreciate that. So cool stuff. Cool stuff. Gungi answered my question from earlier about listening to hardcore punk, Bad Religion, Lagwagon, Nice, Pennywise, Unwritten Law, Face to Face. Okay, okay. All right. I have a lot more. Not that I didn't have respect for you before, Gungi. But now I have more respect for you. And I went to Warped Tour. Wow. Okay, so you're into it. Okay. I see you. I see you. All right. Um, and someone just says yes. Summer emo, very chill. I agree. I was born in the year 2000. It wasn't my choice. That's fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Very cool. We are moving on to the next one, I believe. If I can read correctly, it is Act One. And Tuesday released their first studio album, Act One, on April 3rd of 2021 with the title track Oasis and promoted B-side Stupid. Ooh, okay. Gunky says, you thought I was joking when I said I liked punk music. I didn't think that, I want to say that I didn't think you were joking. I just just envisioning the type of music that you listen to now. I'm just thinking like that was what I was trying to imagine. So okay. I'm putting the puzzle pieces together in the mind. So I didn't think you. I kind of figured. I didn't think that you listened to pop punk, but that's I just think because now you listen to like you have like J metal and obviously you listen to K-pop and stuff. It's just very interesting. So Gunky said pop punk were a bunch of sellouts. All right, now you're gonna get me heated a little bit, but anyway, let's get into Oasis before I get blow up at chat. No, I'm kidding.
끝도 보이지 않는 모래의 바다 별똥별을 따라서 소원을 빌면 달빛이 인도하는 여행에 올라 Now run 첫 발을 디딘 시작이야 기적을 증명하라 한 송이 꽃을 피워내라 생명을 지켜내라 나라 끝에 했던 Somebody really want you 하지 말란 말도 결국 뱉은 숨도 척박한 이 땅의 희망대로 want you 거기 힘을 더해 있는 힘을 다해 절망의 늪에서 나와 really want you 숨도 쉬어지지 않는 악마의 나라 오로라에 취해서 헛것을 보며 바람이 인도하는 벼랑에 올라 Now run 마지막 디딘 숙명이여 기적을 증명하라 한 송이 꽃을 피워내라 생명을 지켜내라 나라 끝에서 Somebody really want you 믿어보란 말로 결국 속은 나도 간절하게 바라보니 real want you 할 수 있다고 해 해내겠다고 해 드디어 찾았다고 해 gonna want you 메말라있던 이 땅에 비가 내린다 붉게 물들어 태양빛 꽃이 피리다 거친 바람에 한 줌의 재로 날린다 Just I will do it my way 시간과 끝은 결국 같네 눈앞에 펼쳐져 네 건네 이곳은 너와 나의 오아시스 Somebody really want you 하지 말란 말도 결국 뱉은 숨도 척박한 이 땅의 희망대로 want you 거기 힘을 더해 있는 힘을 다해 절망의 늪에서 나와 really want you 믿어보란 말로 결국 속은 나도 간절하게 바라보니 real want you 할 수 있다고 해 해내겠다고 해 드디어 찾았다고 해 gonna want you
All right, cool. This was 2Z's Oasis. Um, all right, very interesting. I thought this one was, very interesting. I probably would like to give this probably another listen or two. But I thought it was very solid. I love this sort of, it's kind of got a little bit of a rock anthem sort of feel to it, especially as the song kind of became more like with more like distorted guitars, like the bass kind of sounded a little bit more punchier, like the drumming kind of had more of a drive to it, like once you got out of that like first chorus. But I thought this was very interesting. I enjoyed the chorus a lot. I will say at first I was like, not that I didn't think it was bad, but it was just like, okay, like it's definitely a juxtaposition to what the verses brought. So I think it was just kind of me trying to wrap my head around it a little bit more. But I thought it was really solid, and I really enjoyed. I didn't even notice this until right now, but it looks like Zunan does the bridge sections a good majority of the time, and I've almost always liked the bridge sections. So I feel like he probably just offers a different kind of variation to like Hojin's voice that I think is really a nice contrast. I don't know if that is kind of like a staple thing for what 2Z does, but he almost always has like a good, like, he's singing, and I think he offers that cool kind of like vocal shift that you're like mentally like, oh, okay, this is somebody else that's doing it. So I think that's great, and I think their synergy together works out really well. So really like that. Feel wise, it kind of gave me a little bit like, I think Sonja nailed it, like that Brit pop sort of feel. I was gonna say definitely was giving me like a little bit more British pop. I have listened to that a lot, so I have a little bit of a familiarity to it. But yeah, I could definitely notice like a little bit of that, like maybe like even like a little Brit rock type energy to it, which I appreciate. I don't know if the song is a nod to the British band Oasis, but that would also be cool. But yeah, overall, I thought this was a really solid song. Like, I definitely would like to see how it comes together in terms of an album. Um, but I think this is a really interesting title track. So very nice. Sarah says you should listen to the whole album. So it's so good. I'm gonna add it to the listening channel. Let's go. Let's go. Let's do it. Sarah says he has the most unique vocal tone. It's such a good shift to put him in the bridge. I couldn't agree with you more. Sandra says, why does this feel like it has more of a Britpop feel to it? Overall, I like how all the songs are so different. Ooh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I think that there is this, like, I do feel like, I know we've mentioned this a lot in previous deep dives, but I do love how, not explicitly K bands, but just like Asian artists do a really great job, no matter like if they change their sound a lot or a little. I still feel like they contain like a large majority of what makes them that artist, right? Like, I find that to always be very impressive. Like, obviously there's probably some outliers in there, certainly, but like, I would say for the most part there has been a lot of groups where I'm just like, ooh, I know who this is, even though they have changed their song with each comeback. Like, it feels very like insert group or insert K band or insert J band or whatever have you. So I feel like they do a great job of keeping true to themselves, but exploring their musical sounds as well too. So very nice. All right, we are keeping it moving. The next one is Stupid. This is from the same release, so very nice. Kaylee says each band usually has their own color despite adding or changing it. I would agree. And then Sarah says this is my favorite song tonight, I think. Ooh, okay. Let's check it out then. Is that saxophone?
까놓고 솔직하게 말하면
That's sick. Okay.
머리에 나사가 빠졌나 봐. 게다 스디슨 약을 먹은 듯 종일 아이스크림만 눈앞에 왔다 갔다. Oh no. Oh what? Oh what? Oh, I'm stupid. I'm stupid. Oh what? Oh what? Oh, I'm stupid. I'm so stupid now.
They're goated for putting that saxophone in this song. So good.
아이스크림을 사러 편의점으로 친절한 편의점 아저씨는 항상 또 봐요 고맙습니다. 오늘은 슬프게만 들려 가슴이 답답하게 막혀와. 많이 힘들죠. 모두 아팠죠. 다들 지쳤죠. 손을 잡아줄 용기가 없었죠. Oh, what? Oh, 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 what? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, what? Oh, 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 what? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry now. 왜 남의 일에 그리 집착해. 매일이 내게 부담뿐인데 바다 같았던 파란 하늘도 왠지
The
숨이
synth goes crazy on this section.
많이 힘들죠. 모두 아팠죠. 다들 지쳤죠. 손을 잡아줄 용기가 없었죠. Oh, what? I'm stupid, I'm stupid. I'm stupid, I'm so stupid now. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. 손을 잡아줄 용기가 없었죠.
Ooh, all right. This was 2Z's Stupid if you're hanging out. Thanks for hanging. Wow, this was fun. I like this one a lot. The man, the inclusion of saxophone. I know I mentioned it at the beginning and being surprised there was saxophone in it. I think that just adds such a fun element to the song. Listen, I am a saxophone stan. I love when saxophone's included in music. It just got such a great tone, and I think they utilized it very well. I also had no idea that Zunon also played saxophone, which is incredible. Another thing to add to the like pantheon of musical instruments that he can play. So kudos. Um, but I like this a lot. This was definitely a lot of like positive, like major key, very like positive, very bumpy, very like light. Which I thought was really cool. The synths that they used in the song as well felt very like, I don't know. I guess it's kind of like little 80s pop, 80s pop influence. The first artist that kind of came to mind was like a little bit of a more, I feel like a little bit more of a major key. Like, I'm trying to elate this in an interesting way. To me, it feels like if the 1975 was like a K-pop group, like weirdly enough, like somehow, or like a K band, right? Like it's definitely got like a little bit of the 1975 type feel to it, like musicality wise. That was like kind of what I associated with. And I don't mean that as a diss to either the 1975 or to 2Z. I think they're both incredible artists, but it was just like the first flood of thought that came to my head was like, this feels like a little 1975-ish. So no diss. It was great stuff. Sarah says that Bum June yelled at me right before this song at the concert. I went to the bar to put my glass down, and they were teaching the crowd the little dance. All of a sudden, then all of a sudden, you at the bar. Did you see that? And then I was so embarrassed. Oh my god. That's awesome. I mean, not awesome for you, obviously, but just like I, I feel like I feel like I have such a appreciation for Bum June because, like, in my head, I'm like thinking to myself, you are in another country, and for the audacity for you to say that to somebody in the crowd, I feel like shows the cojones you have. So respect. That's all I gotta say. That I feel like that's a power move. You know what I mean? I respect that. Like you really want people to enjoy your show. Fucking pay attention. So I was gonna say that is some Sarah lore for sure. Um. Anyway, getting back to the song. Yeah, I enjoyed this one a lot. I think this one is definitely one of those ones that I'll be, you know, as we say, put on the proverbial playlist here. So I probably would be vibing with this one a lot. Sarah says he met me like twice before this, and I was like, come on, dude, please, I just want to dance without this stupid class. He was really just like, you need to pay attention. Yeah, lots of chat lore tonight, for real. Kaylee's coming in clutch with that comment. So very nice. All right. We are moving on to the next section of songs, I believe. The next one is Over the Rainbow. In collaboration with South Korea's campaign to Finding Missing Children, 2Z released a song Over the Rainbow on July 25th of 2021. Oh, wow. Huh. Interesting. All right. Well, let's check it out.
지금 해가 떴는지 아님 해가 졌는지 그것조차도 모르니까 예전 일이 너무 그리워 사람들을 만나고 싶어 그곳이 어디든 얼마나 걸리든 상관없어 I don't care 가방도 챙기지 말고 그냥 넣어봐
돌아가 볼까 나의 Have a good time 해질녘 펼쳐진 희망의 품으로 I wish you sweet life 꿈꾸던 노래 찾았던 무지개 난 기억할게 내가 숨쉬던 그곳 오늘도 일어나 지친 몸을 끌고 맘 잡고 책상에 앉아 Let's do it 다시 생각해봐 내가 지친 건지 지친 척을 하는 건지 I don't know yeah Monday, good day 꿈에서 나 본 듯해 그게 뭐 대단한데 Monday, Tuesday 시간만 흘러간대 그건 아닌 것 같아 돌아가 볼까 나의 Have a good time 해질녘 펼쳐진 희망의 품으로 I wish you sweet life 꿈꾸던 노래 찾았던 무지개 난 기억할게 내가 숨쉬던 wish you good time 돌아가 볼까 해질녘 펼쳐진 희망의 품으로 I wish you sweet life 꿈꾸던 노래 찾았던 무지개 난 기억할게 내가 숨쉬던 그곳 Monday, good day 꿈에서 나 본 듯해 그게 뭐 대단한데 Monday, Tuesday 시간만 흘러간대 그건 아닌 것 같아
Very nice. All right, this was 2Z's Rainbow. Um, Sarah says that's one of the reasons I fell in love with 2Z. They're very socially conscious, helping with stuff like Missing Children's Campaign or standing with the POC and the queer community. Oh wow, okay, I did not know that. That is awesome. That is good to see. Definitely need more of that type of representation. So that's always good to see. I love that. If you happen to know the backstory behind how this kind of came to be, that would be awesome as well. But if you don't, that's fine. I'll probably go try to see if I can look it up in my free time. But I enjoyed this. I think that obviously this song itself, if I'm speaking from like a musical standpoint, definitely enjoyed it. Um, However, I will also say that I think this song definitely um reads a little bit more true just because I think like they're bringing awareness to a cause that I feel like is important. And I think to me like your artistry is supposed to be something that obviously represents you and is something important to you. So I think that any opportunity for you to spotlight or share something that I feel like is valuable to not only yourself but also something that you can share with other people, I feel like it's such a strong message. And that I would say is the reason why you should be an artist, is to bring awareness to things that along with making music and showing your craft off. I feel like there is a responsibility that people have to be able to be aware of what they're doing with their platform. So I feel like great on them. I think in terms of that perspective, I love that. As well as I think the musicality was really fun, really light, really upbeat. Like I feel like the song itself has this sort of message of like positivity, and like reading some of the lyrics that kind of showed up in captions, like it just felt like a very sweet song. And obviously again, a sweet song, I feel like will trigger that sort of like positive mindset about the song, even though the campaign itself is something that is a little bit sad and upsetting. I feel like there's such a positivity to be taken from this song. So, yeah, I like this a lot. Like I said, it isn't breaking my brain. But I do feel like it is such a thing that I feel like is very representative of their group so far, and I'm glad that they had done it. So great song. Definitely would vibe out with it if it came out on a playlist for sure. So very nice. We are keeping this train a moving tonight. It looks like the next one we have is Siren. Um, Song for You. 2Z released their third EP, Song for You, on August 7th of 2021. And it looks like Sarah says, "Oh my God, my birthday album." The title track Siren and the promoted B side East End. Okay, cool. Well, let's get into Siren first then. Ooh, all right.
I said 넌 내 말 못 알아듣지 내가 위험하다 했지 I think 부드럽게 말하면 왜 또 정신 못 차려
언제든 와봐봐봐봐봐 걱정은 다 봐봐 다 봐봐 미치게 놀아다다다 나와 너의 귓가에 속삭일 ready 힘을 얻어 가가가가가 기대 마음이 다다다다다 따라와 와와와와 이제 걸어가 너 힘만의 꽃 Rain
우리가 뭘 하는지 bow 넌 도망가기 바빠 like a sucker 차라리 솔직해져 bow 그래도 안 들린다 bow I wanna the 소리 쳐 bow 끝까지 따라와 봐 wanna 알잖아 세상은 bang 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 친절한 신사들 bye 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 그냥 이따모로 내 말을 들어 과거에 stupid is that How vainly should I suffer I don't know that what do I do now Everything has a change I don't care anyway Everything has changed I don't mind anyway 우리가 뭘 하는지 bow
Was that his vocals?
넌 도망가기 바빠 like a
I'm so
sucker.
confused.
차라리 솔직해져 bow 그래도 안 들린다 bow I wanna the 소리 쳐 bow 끝까지 따라와 봐 wanna 알잖아 세상은 bang 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 친절한 신사들 bye 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 우리가 뭘 하는지 bow 넌 도망가기 바빠 like a sucker 차라리 솔직해져 bow 그래도 안 들린다 bow I wanna the 소리 쳐 bow 끝까지 따라와 봐 wanna
All right. This was 2Z's Siren with Kaylee and Sun L. Uh Sarah, you're gonna have to let me know where those the features are at, because I want to say, if I had to guess, um, I feel like if I had to guess, like the sections with Zunon, I feel like were the Sun L features, and I feel like that one section where I was like, is that the vocals? Um, I think that was the other feature, Kaylee. If I had to guess, I'm not 100% sure, but um, I think for the song itself, I think it was solid. Like, it's definitely like more punchy. It's a little bit more aggressive. It's a little bit more in your face, and it's definitely a different side of 2Z that we haven't heard yet so far. So in that capacity, I like it. I like that main guitar riff a lot as well too. And I thought it was really catchy, really fun. Though I will say, I feel like this one kind of feels a little repetitive. In the sense of, like, again, you get that like main guitar riff, that da 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 da, and then like obviously the drums, the bass kind of match up with that. But it does feel very like one dimensional, in the sense of like you are kind of getting just a in your face sort of rock song, and that can be taken either way. I feel like I'm kind of somewhere in the middle where, obviously I enjoy the song. I was bobbing my head enjoying it, but at the same point, I feel like we've gotten so much different like variations from them that, like, some of this song kind of feels a little bit light in terms of like the production value for the song. So I think in my mind, I'm thinking, not that I feel like they have not been as good with this song. I just feel like maybe this one isn't the one for me. Like, there are probably other songs in this playlist that I'll enjoy more, but I feel like because they've had kind of a different variation with each sort of comeback, there have been songs where I was like, that I thought I would have enjoyed. So, um, solid song. I think in my opinion, I think it would have been fun if they kind of changed it up a little bit. I did like that little bit of guitar solo, that like really interesting synth like riser sort of sound, weirdly enough, I thought was really fun in this song. But yeah, it does feel very like a very tried and true rock song. So if you enjoy that, I feel like you're probably gonna enjoy the song very much. So Sarah says, "I like this song, but it feels very shallow for what they're going for." I can see the vision for that. I'm kind of, I feel like my ideology on this song is kind of more in that ballpark. So I respect that. Sonja says, "I like it, but I like a good guitar riff." Same facts. Sarah says, "Oh, I actually can't find anything about Sunels online. So I have no idea who they are or how they contributed, but yes, Kaylee is the female samples." Okay, perfect. That's what I had a feeling, but I wasn't. I was like, man, if that dude is pulling a range off that much, then he's definitely been keeping that locked up, locked up with lock and key. So, very cool. All right. Well, we're gonna move on to the next one, which is East End, which is from the same release. So let's check out East End.
끝도 없는 길이라 했지
Got a little bit of slide guitar. Nice.
믿지 못할 그 소문 끝에서 얼어버린 땅을 녹이는 불꽃의 요정 그 애가 있다고 간절한 기도뿐이야 나다 방법은 그것뿐이야 Only one 아무게 날아 차가운 심장 빛을 잃은 거리에 찾아가리라 찾아내리라 태양이 쏟 말해줘 만날 수 있다고 그 오랜 전설에 따르면 저 동쪽 끝에 그 애가 산대요 간절한 기도뿐이야 In the dark 방법은 그것뿐이야 Only one 아무게 날아 차가운 심장 빛을 잃은 거리에 찾아가리라 찾아내리라 태양이 숨쉬는 곳 손을 뻗으면 잡힐 것 같은 마법 같은 거리에 I wanna love you 날 부르는 주문 We'll be shining in the dark 차갑게 식어버린 라디오 그곳에 갇혀있던 별이여 이곳에 나와 앞으로 나와 우리들만의 멋진 비밀스런 밤이여 차갑게 식어버린 라디오 그 속에 갇혀있던 별이여 이곳에 나와 앞으로 나와 우리들만의 멋진 비밀스런 밤이여 끝도 없는 길이라 했지 믿지 못할 그 소문 끝에서
Huh. All right. This was 2Z's East End if you're hanging out. Thanks for hanging. This one was definitely better in my opinion than I feel like I enjoyed Siren, and I just think there was just so much more. It's hard to compare because I feel like if you just boil down Siren to like a guitar riff, like I feel like obviously you're not giving someone the full satisfaction of it being a full song, but I feel like in the same mindset, like this song has so much interesting like textures and kind of like um I think the musicality of the song was just like way more apparent in this track, and I'm kind of surprised that they had chosen Siren to be the title track for this release. I mean, I don't want to speak for the release because I haven't listened to the other albums or other songs on this album, but um, I liked the kind of like I like the influences on the song. Like I love the like guitar riff in the song. Like like the guitar chord phrasing in this song is just really well put together. I feel like the song itself really kind of comes together because of Bumjun. I really liked his like drumming in this. It feels I don't want to say it feels overpowering, but just it has this sort of drive in this track that I feel like maybe the other songs haven't had up to this point. And I just love how he kind of maintains that beat and really kind of feels like the anchor in this song. Um, the vocals in this song were also really good. I know Hojin is the main vocalist, and I really love his tone a lot. And I think it kind of I feel like this kind of worked out super well musically. But yeah, I enjoyed this one a lot more. The piano work was also really gorgeous. It kind of gave me like I know they are a Korean like kband, but it kind of gave me like Asian elements to it. I don't like there's just something about like the tonality of it that kind of reminds me more of like the traditional type music. Obviously it's not 100%, but like just kind of gives that sort of aura to it. So like that a lot for that reason too. But yeah, I thought this was a really really well put together song. I did like the choreo sections as well. I imagine K bands aren't as fluid in doing the doing like choreography, but I feel like it's so nice to see like groups do this. But yeah, this was a definitely a song that I feel like is well more in my wheelhouse. And something I feel like I would expect them to do in some capacity. So, very nice. Sarah says, okay, I love the dancing and that they tried it out. I agree. I agree. And then Sarah says this one is unexpected. So okay, I can see where you're at. Sarah says these guys have no dance training before coming a band. They were models. Oh, okay. Well, also makes sense. Checks out. So, um, all right, very cool. We are gonna move on to the next one, which is "It Is You." It looks like, let me just see. This is an OST. Please Love Me Again. 2Z released their fourth EP OST. Please Love Me Again on November 26th of 2021. With the title track It Is You and the promoted B side I Know and Greeting. Ooh, okay. So we've got 3 songs from this release. Very nice. All right, let's get into It Is You.
아련한 저빛 속의 손짓 꿈일런지 아닐런지 뿌옇게 희미해진 눈빛 난 어지러워
I also was confused by that, Sarah.
차라리 차갑게 버려줘 미련한 미움도 지워줘 그렇게 빌어도 받지
We haven't had a specific stream for it, Sonja, but I've listened to a few.
너와 난 서로 미쳤어 그 자리에 It was you, it was you
Very falsetto tone.
너채 걸린 채 그 자리에 또 세상 끝까지 가봐도 제자리에 어차피 벗어나려도 그 자리에 It is you, it is you 날 가둬버린 너라는 걸 You're really so strong
I don't care such life 너와 나 다르지만 똑같듯이 동적 그 작은 아이 우리들의 소중한 친구인 듯이
A rap section?
No south 어딜 가나 다 함께 할 테니 운명이잖아 조급해면 하늘이 정해질 테니
Ooh, okay.
아무렇지 않게 웃어줘 끝없는 어둠을 비춰줘 그래 그런 게 바로 너야 시간은 돌고 돌아서 제자리에 너와 난 서로 미쳐서 그 자리에 It was you, it was you 너채 걸린 채 그 자리에 또 세상 끝까지 가봐도 제자리에 어차피 벗어나려도 그 자리에 It is you, it is you 날 가둬버린 너라는 걸 You're really so strong
Ooh, nice.
It is you, it is you It is you, it is you
It looks like it's just credits. Okay. Didn't want to close it out before the song should end, but very nice. This was 2Z's It Is You. Very nice, very nice. Just credit. Okay. Thank you, Sarah. I enjoyed this one a lot. I think like the melody choices in this song really stood out to me the most. Like this one's got a great like hook and feel to it that really stood out to me pretty immediately. And I think kind of continued to like emphasize itself as the song progressed, which I think was really cool. I liked the end of the song as well, like just that sort of ensemble like group like vocal section was really nice. It kind of made it feel like the song kind of came full circle, and I appreciate that so much because it makes you feel included, right? Like I imagine this is the type of song if they do perform this one live, like it would feel like one of those sections where you point the mic out to somebody, you point the mic out to the crowd and have them kind of sing along. So definitely love that elementation of it. That little guitar solo from what was it, G sub was awesome. I really enjoyed that. Sarah says you bet they did that. Okay, then I'm glad I nailed it. I'm glad mentally it checks out. My thought process is cooking here. But yeah, I enjoyed this a lot. I was very surprised. I guess maybe this is my introduction to Junghyun's like rapping sections. I thought it was really nice. Definitely unexpected for a song like this. I'm not saying that a song like this shouldn't have it, but like it was definitely a welcome addition to what I feel like maybe is kind of the start of him getting more acclimated into that role. So really cool, really interesting song. And I kind of enjoyed it all around. So this was a good vibe. So and Sonja, I don't know if you heard my comment on this. I like OSTs. Have we ever had an OST stream? We have not had an OST stream, but it would definitely, I'll definitely have to make a playlist. I'll have to make a section on playlist making for like an OST stream because I have listened to a couple on stream because people had suggested for me to listen to some of those songs on as OSTs because they shouldn't be skipped. So yeah, we'll have to do that. That would be really fun. And it seems like some of y'all would like to see that, so we'll have to rock. Gunky says the question would be, would an OST song, songs from Japan like anime count if we did that stream? I feel like they probably would. I feel like it probably would, but maybe we would have to like split it. You know what I mean? Like we'd have to do like if we were gonna do Korean, like we'd have to put the Korean up at the front and then obviously Japanese towards the latter end, just because in case like if I wanted to upload it to YouTube, I feel like Japanese OSTs are maybe a little bit nicer. I don't know. I haven't really tried it, tested the water on that, but I know at least if I put the Japanese songs towards the end or the beginning potentially, I feel like it's easier for me to cut out. So I can we could test the waters a little bit. Sundra says, awesome, let's go. Gunky says, Alex and Therese would have killed us. We did. That is true. That is true. Jazz says, I'd be so down for that stream. And Biscuit said, me too. Okay. Very nice. Gunky says, that's true. Japan and their copyright protection. Kelly says, that would be fun. I feel like N Flying and Lucy OSTs would take up the entire stream because they do so many. That's fair. You can give me like a couple, I feel, of each group, and I would be down. I would be down for sure. So very nice. We are still on the same release. At least like the next video on this is I Know. So let us check it out. That intro, what the hell?
자동차 사연이나 1, 2, 3 리듬 타면서 춤을 춰 It's a lie 이대로 want to stay Now follow me la 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 Go sing along la 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 나 하고 싶은 멋대로 또 하기 싫은 맘대로 And one more time la 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 Set me free la 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 어쨌든 뭐라던 바로 내 모습 그대로 I will make you do it anyway Hey I know
He's in the shower.
I know 신것 같다고 I know 난 행복해 내버려둬 쓸쓸하지게 난 좋아 누가 뭐래도 좋아 그냥 모든 게 좋아 난 행복해 So anyway 지금은 새벽 12시 귀여운 별님의 goodbye 달콤한 입맞춤의 touch 짜릿한 날 쏟아져 반짝거린 불들을 지나와
Cute dog.
나중만큼 노래해 It's a lie 이대로 want to stay Now follow me la 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 Go sing along la 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 나 하고 싶은 멋대로 또 하기 싫은 맘대로 And one more time la 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 Set me free la 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 어쨌든 뭐라던 바로 내 모습 그대로 I will make you do it anyway Hey I know 거기 좋다고 I know 신것 같다고 I know 난 행복해 내버려둬 쓸쓸하지게 난 좋아 누가 뭐래도 좋아 그냥 모든 게 좋아 난 행복해 So anyway I will make it anyway Hey I know 거기 좋다고 I know 신것 같다고 I know 난 행복해 내버려둬 쓸쓸하지게 난 좋아 누가 뭐래도 좋아 그냥 모든 게 좋아 난 행복해 So anyway It's our life
Oh. Very nice. This was 2Z. I know. Thanks for hanging. Um, I love this song. This is great. I feel like this is the instance where I feel like the MV made the song better. Like, and it's not to say that the song itself was not that's not to say the song itself was not good. Like, I thoroughly enjoyed the song, but I feel like I was laughing, having a good time. Like, energy level was like through the roof. Like, I was feeling good, having a good couple laughs. Like, I think that's true to me, is like truly what, like, songs have such an emotional impact on people. And I feel like, every once in a while you need like one of those songs that just kind of just brightens your day in that sort of capacity. So, definitely like this a lot. I also, again, really enjoyed the like musicality as well. Like, that really cool kind of like descending like piano melody was really nice. As well as that, like, the vocals feel very like bright and punchy. Hyojin also sounded super super good in this song. Like, he definitely had like a little bit of a unique like vocal tone at the beginning, but as the song kind of progressed, I thought it got better and better. But I will say the MV definitely like brought this song up more levels for me. And that is not a bad thing. I really enjoyed it a lot. There's a lot of cute moments, like one of the members and their dog, like the plushies, like the the Lysol spray and the fly swatter. Like, oh man, it was so funny. It was awesome. Great MV. So, Soldier says plushies for the win. Gungi says, oh, LOL, that was a great MV. Biscuit says best MV, and Jazz says fly swatter bug spray too. Yeah, gotta love it. But yeah, this is good vibes. Good vibes. Jazz's comment killed me earlier. It's giving me in my room at 4 a.m. when everyone's asleep. That That's facts. That's facts. Sarah says once again, my sweet, sweet losers. Hey, fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Well, we're gonna keep it moving here. The next one is "Greeting" from the same release. So check it out.
오늘도 거리 나가서성여 어쩌면 나 외로워 보일지도 사람들 모두 괜찮아 보여 내일도 같을까봐 두려워 Don't worry about me You think I'm worried 모든 게 다 멀쩡하다고 아마도 우린 여기서 멀리 떠나고 싶은 거일지도 Don't worry about me You think I'm worried 모든 걸 잃어버려도 얼마나 왔지 여긴 어딘지 몰라도 돼 It will be fine How do you feel okay? 한 잔 먹고 풀자 drinking 지겹게 괴롭혀도 우린 take a smile 나랑 같이 달리자 어디든지 okay 좋은 사람들과 good day 우리만의 happy ending 괜찮아 비가 와도 여긴 will be sunny 내일도 모레도 언제든 always be okay okay
I can't believe that was G-Sub. Great stuff.
Don't worry about me You think I'm worried 모든 게 다 멀쩡하다고 아마도 우린 여기서 멀리 떠나고 싶은 거일지도 Don't worry about me You think I'm worried 이 모든 걸 잃어버려도 얼마나 왔지 여긴 어딘지 몰라도 돼 It will be fine How do you feel okay? 한 잔 먹고 풀자 drinking 지겹게 괴롭혀도 우린 take a smile 나랑 같이 달리자 어디든지 okay 좋은 사람들과 good day 우리만의 happy ending 괜찮아 비가 와도 여긴 will be sunny 내일도 모레도 언제든 always be okay okay 오늘도 거리 나가서성여 어쩌면 나 외로워 보일지도
All right. That was 2Z's Greeting if you're hanging out. Thanks for hanging. I thought this one was very solid. I did not notice that the beginning was mostly was G-Sub. That was cool. He's got a really interesting vocal tone, and I think it was also meshed up super well with Hyojin's vocals as well. What an interesting kind of contrast. I also appreciate like that acoustic guitar and then mid switch into like electric guitar and then later to close out the song. I thought was I thought it was nice to have a little bit of acoustic to close it out. Really feels like the song kind of comes full circle. But yeah, G-Sub did insane. I feel like he just had like like he was kind of doing everything, doing the vocals, doing the guitar work. Like he really kind of I think it kind of all worked really well together. So really really like that a lot. And I like how the energy kind of shifts in the song once you have includes like the bass work and the drumming. I feel like that's where a lot of that energy kind of like came about. And I like that. It kind of gave it that extra little oomph that I feel like it needed. But I feel like this song was the G Sub show, which I'm not complaining about. I thought he crushed it. So great song. Also the chord phrasing was very interesting. He did like C major, G major, I think, or some sort of like kind of amalgamation of a G major, and then he went to E minor and then A minor, which I thought was interesting. So, unique chord phrasing. So, really enjoyed this. This one definitely in terms of a musical standpoint, I really appreciate it. So, very nice. Gunky says that was really good, but now I'm sleepy. Oh my god. Sandra says the intro, the acoustic guitar reminded me of Oasis. I like the song. Picture me waving my arms from side to side with a flashlight on my phone. That's what I was thinking, Sandra. We're in the same headspace tonight. So, Kaylee says I need cute boys. Don't listen to Gunky. Gunky says we're doing anything cute gives me the. If we're doing anything cute, give me the ladies. Then Sarah says, sorry, there are no ladies. That's just the whole conceit of the drop. Oh my god, this is great. The chat's folding, but all right. Well, we are keeping it moving. The next one is Kissable Lips OST. 2Z created an OST for the drama Kissable Lips. Even if not, I'm okay on February 4th of 2022. Kim Ji-won making an appearance. Love my BL queen. This is what Sarah put. So, oh my god, that's great. All right, well, let's get into Even If I'm Not Okay.
난 너를 보면 좀 짠해져 생각보다 더한가 봐 너와 나는 far away 더 far away 지금 아니라도 난 괜찮아 너만 좋으면 이대로 난 상관없어 네 입술이 내게로 나를 향한다면 오래오래 기나긴 날 멀리 돌아간대도 언젠가는 만나지겠지 다시 돌아갈 수 있겠지 Every day and every night 너를 향한 기도가 네가 오는 길을 밝혀줄 텐데 Change my mind 그 자리에 있어 내가 달려갈 테니 네 곁으로 아니라도 난 괜찮아 어차피 우린 낯설어진 거리에도 알아볼 테니 이대로 너만 괜찮다면 I won't let you I'm sorry I've never changed my mind 그 자리에 있어 내가 달려갈 테니 what you want. Sorry, I never change my mind. 그 자리에 있어. 내가 달려갈 테니 네 곁으로. You never say goodbye. 그 자리에 있어 약속해줘.
All right. This was 2Z, even if I'm not okay. If you're hanging out tonight, thanks for hanging. Um, wow, this was very cool. I'll have to check out the. I feel like there's so many K dramas that I need to watch now. And now knowing this is another one to add to that proverbial list is a little daunting. But um, Sarah says you can skip this. Okay, skip this one. Okay. I assume you're saying the rest of the video, but um, Cal says no. Don't worry, you don't need to check this one out. Okay, okay, okay. Um, I thought this was very I mean the drama in general. Okay. Um, I thought this was very interesting. Musicality wise, definitely feels very in line with what I feel like I've kind of got from 2Z, which is just they kind of do what they feel is right for like whatever they're doing. Like there's so much variation. I know Sonja had mentioned it before, but just like there's just so much there's so much they're capable of doing, which I think is merely impresses me from just kind of like a songwriter's perspective, is that they're really willing to kind of do whatever they feel like doing, and I respect that a ton. This song I feel like also does a really great job of showing off. I really liked Hojin's vocals in this as well. And Jisop's vocals, which again was very surprised at the previous song that he had a decent amount of vocals, but this song very similarly also had a lot of great vocals from him. So definitely appreciate him getting a little bit more of a spotlight on this one. Instrumentally, I'm kind of getting like I'm kind of getting a light like U2 flavor to it, which is not a bad thing. My cousin loved like U2 for like a brief period, like a period of time when we were like kind of growing up. So I had listened to a decent amount of U2 that I didn't want to listen to, but kind of was given that type of vibe, which no complaints there certainly. Um, and I thought the like little guitar solo that they had in there was from G Sub was also really great. But yeah, this was beautiful, and that piano melody, it was so nice. Definitely love that a ton. I feel like that kind of ties everything together. So Zunon just did a fantastic work with that. But yeah, this was a good song. I definitely enjoyed this OST. So Sarah says, I love me a gay vampire, but both dramas where Juon is a gay vampire are skippable. Oof. Ouchie. That's rough. Um Kyle says I had no idea they did this OST for this show, but because I blocked it out of my memory. It was so bad. Oof. Ouchie. Okay. And sorry, Sarah says, sorry, everyone. This one's here because my Fujo ass is obsessed with Kim Ji-won. Hey, respect, respect, respect. So, no hate here. You sent me the list. I feel like I gotta commit, So, very nice. We are keeping it moving. The next one is from their work Reworks. Tuesday released their second studio album Reworks on April 30th of 2022 with the title track Keep the Promise. Rework version. Okay. Let's check it out.
예, 마님. 꿈이 떨어지는 품도 다 털고 일어나려 기도 다 우리의 약속이야.
Someday 10 years later. Oh.
세상 끝까지 퍼질 송의 마이 기타 그 소중한 약속을 기억해 줄래 끝도 안 보이던 길었던 어둠도 우린 이겨낼 거라고 했잖아 태양이 숨쉬던 저 언덕 너머엔 별들의 기도하는 마음이 있어 빛나던 꿈이 떨어진 아픔도 다 털고 일어날 용기도 다 우리의 약속이야 We keep the promise
내가 나빴어 또 그랬어 너무 아파서 좀 울었어 너를 떠나보낸다는 게 이 정도로 아플 줄은 몰랐어 우리 지켜주겠다고 했던 약속 깃털같이 가볍게 말했지만 그 무게가 달라졌다 너를 평생 지키려고 다시
우리가
왔어
처음 만난 날이 기억나 눈부신 햇살과 바람이 춤추던 그게 좋았던 그날의 그 밤 언제나 간직하고 있을게 세상 끝까지 퍼질 송의 마이 기타 그 소중한 약속을 기억해 줄래 끝도 안 보이던 길었던 어둠도 우린 이겨낼 거라고 했잖아 태양이 숨쉬던 저 언덕 너머에 별들의 기도하는 마음이 있어 빛나던 꿈이 떨어진 아픔도 다 털고 일어날 용기도 다 우리의 약속이야 We keep the promise
하늘 수놓았던 저 달빛 아래 가슴 속 드리워진 짙은 그리움 영원히 우리 안에 함께 하자 했잖아 언제까지나 네 눈가에 비춘 내 모습에 문득 난 무언가를 잘 지켜내고 있는지 고마운 마음도 미움의 마음도 모두 다 나만의 변명인걸
세상 끝까지 퍼질 송의 마이 기타 그 소중한 약속을 기억해
Those
줄래
ensemble logos in the back are so nice.
길었던 어둠도 우린 이겨낼 거라고 했잖아 태양이 숨쉬던 저 언덕 너머에 별들의 기도하는 마음이 있어 빛나던 꿈이 떨어진 아픔도 다 털고 일어날 용기도 다 우리의 약속이야 We keep the promise
Nice. All right. This was 2Z Keep the Promise. If you're hanging out, thanks for hanging. Um Man, this was really fun. That beginning section was really cool, and seeing like obviously all the like behind the scenes, like different kind of appear into the looking glass sort of thought process of the song. I feel like it adds kind of a little bit more sentiment to, I'd imagine, again, being a group that starts in 2020. I feel like is, I don't want to say you're marked for something bad to happen, but I feel like, you know, like there is an unforeseen amount of things that transpired in 2020, and definitely I feel like changed that sort of musical landscape for sure. But this song I feel like is just so beautifully arranged. I love the different vocal like textures that you get from each member that's doing the singing. I feel like it's all really incredible. Like I know that like Hyojin and Jung Hyun also, like, I feel like do a little bit of harmonization, which is so nice. And then there's some obviously vocals from G-Sub, which is great. And then I know Zunon did also some vocals in this song as well. So like it felt like a really good combination of all of them, where they all had a little bit or a larger portion of the song and just kind of really sold it. You know, like vocally, there's just like a lot of great melody choices, and it just kind of feels like you're floating in some way, like musically, that I think really works with this type of song. I like the kind of combination of like electric guitar in that like solo section with like the acoustic guitar. That solo was probably my favorite so far that we've heard from them. I think G Sub just did a fantastic job with that. And the piano work again from the piano work from Zunon, just I think is what also stood out to me as well. Incredible piano player. So there's a lot of great, like, ebbs and flows of this song that I think, I guess it would kind of be in that sort of ballad-ish category, but it was just so nice to hear him in a different perspective. And I think with, like, again, each song there has been something a little bit different that they have at least taken away from us. So very cool. Gunky says, all right, a little bit more energy, not much more, but I will take what I can get at this point. Gunky says, I need to make a whole 2Z playlist for days when I'm not when I want to listen to chill songs. Fair enough. So, but yeah, this was very solid. I definitely enjoyed this one. A lot. So the next one is 2020 March. 2Z released the single ? Pre-release ? 2020 March in May of 2026, May 26th of 2022. What an interesting time to release that if it's 2020 March. I guess maybe it's for them to notate when they finish the song, I guess. I don't know. Would have no idea, but anyway, let's check it out.
하늘이 꽝돼 눈물을 쏟아도 배로시 웃니 않은 이게 내 운명 Hey 내 노래에 달팽이 관입하 넌 어차피 빠졌지 도지의 black hole 2021 런칭 don't wait to fall 다섯개의 활동별이 완전 내리고 2021 런칭 don't wait to fall 알다시피 우리 좀 몰래 좀 저런 너 이거 공정한 건 다
하늘 위로 슬픈 것들 싸그리 다 우리가 짊어지고 희망을 줄 테니까 너희 우리에게 사랑을 가르쳐줘
2025 country don't want to fall 자유롭게의 활동량이 완전 내리고 2025 country don't want to fall 알다시피 우리 좀 몰랐을 정도
Ooh, that little stutter.
마지막 호흡이 끝까지 막힌다 두 눈에 가득 찬 눈물이 가린다 너와 나 벼랑 끝에 희망을 던지고 끝났던 얘기는 다시 돌아온다
2025 country don't want to fall 자유롭게의 활동량이 완전 내리고 2025 country don't want to fall 알다시피 우리 좀 몰랐을 정도 2025 country don't want to fall 자유롭게의 활동량이 완전 내리고 2025 country don't want to fall 알다시피 우리 좀 몰랐을 정도
No, Santa, thank you. Appreciate it.
Justin Queen, Justin Queen, Justin Queen, Justin Queen,
All right, this was 2Z's 2020 March. If you're joining us tonight, thanks for joining. Interesting. I feel like when I get a 2Z song like this, and again, Sarah could correct me if I'm wrong, this seems like one of the songs that just like is one that they perform live, right? Like it just gives the live energy, right? Like I love a good guitar riff. This song has a really fun guitar riff, and I love that the guitar and bass are kind of like dueling in that way. But these types of songs feel like the ones that are just like ones that I feel like are just such a this one needs to be played live and needs to have that kind of live energy exchange, because like I imagine this song like pops off live. Sarah says yes, they did perform this. Oh, okay, very nice. It kind of gives that live like persona to it. Like there's certain songs I feel like that I listen to within not only just K-pop, but just like in general. Like there are certain songs that I'm just like, man, this is one that I feel like would just go hard live. And this one I feel like is one of those circumstances where I would think that. As well as that, I also enjoyed Jung Hoon's like rap section. Though despite it being small, I thought it was really fun. And I also liked kind of like their more ensemble vocals as well. So I do appreciate that a lot. I think there just is such a like kind of like again that crowd engagement as well. But yeah, this one had the energy. It definitely brought the energy live for sure, I imagine, and just like this is like a no fuss song. Like this song, like I said, isn't trying to reinvent the wheel, but just like is just energy, like let's bring the energy up type song. So I respect it for being in the catalog for sure. It's a fun one. So let me see what we got here. Gungi says now this is my type of energy I'm talking about. Fair enough. And then Sarah said someone get my guy G sub a toner stat. Oh god. Sandra says this song makes you want to jump into a mosh pit. Not that I would. Oh man, I wouldn't now either, Sandra. But I have been in many a mosh pit, so know what that's like. But very nice. We are keeping it moving. The next one we have is from Girls in the Cage OST. 2Z released an OST for the movie Girls in the Cage, Fight for My Dreams on November 1st of 2022. Ooh. Okay. Let's check out Fight for My Dreams then.
잊지 못할 시간이 점점 다가오네요. 내일이면 머나먼 길을
This must be Stay.
늘 따라 날 떠나간 친구가 그리워져요. I want you back, I want you back, I want you back.
두려운 건 당연한 일인걸 널 지켜라고
집을 나서면서 한 번 더 그대를 새기지 못해. Fighting for my dream, 당연한 내 reason. 그곳을 향해 we are reaching far away, going on my way. 거기에 있어, always I miss you. 아름다운 별이야. Can you hear me? It should be a story. 무너진 다리 그 위를 지나던 우리 이야기. Can you hear me? A broken memory. 바라던 꿈이 변해가는 우리 그 속에
I was gonna say, is this a mysterious sun now?
그리운 건 당연한 일인걸 미처 몰랐고 너를 떠나면서 한 번도 못했던 그 말 사랑해. Fighting for my dream, 당연한 내 reason. 그곳을 향해 we are reaching far away, going on my way. 거기에 있어, always I miss you. 아름다운 별이야.
War, violence, hatred, and revenge. These are all things we have to fight for our dreams.
오늘도 기도해 온 마음을 다 바쳐. 날 떠났던 친구 더 미웠던 사랑 잊지 못한 꿈들 오늘도 노래해 진심을 다 바쳐. 그 뜨겁던 태양 날 갔었던 바람 아름답던 꿈. Fighting for my dream, 당연한 내 reason. 그곳을 향해 we are reaching far away.
Ooh, that high tones. Great.
거기에 있어, always I miss you. 아름다운 별이야. Fighting for my dream, 당연한 내 reason. 그곳을 향해 we are reaching far away, going on my way. 거기에 있어, always I miss you. 아름다운 별이야.
I was gonna say, she's going off. Jazz is right.
I want to go back, I want to go back.
Woo. All right. This was Twosies Fighting for My Dream featuring Stay and Sun L. Very nice, very nice. This was incredible. This one's probably up there for favorites of tonight for sure. This was so good. The instrumentation was on point. I really loved like all the instrumentation. The piano work was really beautiful. I also really enjoyed like the musicality of like the drumming, I gotta give a massive shout outs to Bumjun, because he was doing some really awesome like fills throughout the song, and I feel like he would go unnoticed if I did not mention anything. But there are some really intense like good fills in this song that I think he absolutely crushed. Great guitar work as well from G Sub. Really enjoyed that a lot, especially that solo. Solo was super good. Felt very emotional, and I definitely enjoyed that a lot. But I feel like equally as much as I liked 2Z in this song, I also got to give a huge shout outs to both Sun L and Stay, because they were both incredible. I would say even more so, I'd say Stay was just phenomenal. She had such a strong like characteristic to her vocals that I think really drove the song a little bit more. I think it obviously matched up really well with Sun L, because Sun L's kind of had that lower like mid range tone, and it worked out really well because she was able to like harmonize with that. But also meshing up well with like Hojin and doing like those really incredibly high like falsetto like harmony parts. I did think at actually some parts of the song, I wish that her vocals were pitched up, not even pitched up, but like her vocals were like raised just a few more decibels. So I like that clear and crisp like harmony would have stood out just a little bit more. I think that's probably the only, I wouldn't even say it's a gripe, but just honestly something that I think would have just elevated the song more. But beyond that, this is definitely up there for one of my favorites, just because it was just so anthemic. It was so much fun, and like I don't know, it kind of like borderline had that feeling of like it took you to church a little bit, gave you a little bit of a gospel type feel to it, which is very impressive. So I enjoyed this one a lot. This is definitely one of the better vibes for tonight for sure, 100%. Gungi says I'm all about this. Sonja says anthemic. Sarah says that must be the mysterious Sunel. That's what I thought as well, so I guess it is. Kyle says her voice is so powerful. Sonja says, oof, that gave me chills. And then Jazz says she's going off. Gungi says that's great. And Sarah says this is very unique for them, so I wanted to leave it on the list. I'm glad you left it on the list. It was for sure a one I would have been upset if I missed out on. So we are keeping it moving. The next one on the list is Reason. 2Z released their fifth EP, Reason, on December 8th of 2022 with the title track of the same name and promoted B-side Back, Back, Back. Very nice, very nice. Sunja says, on that high note, I also need to call it a night. Love the streaming with everyone here. Thank you. Thank you for hanging out, Sunja. Hope you have a good night. Let's keep it rolling with, excuse me. Let's keep it rolling with Reason. Thank you, Biscuit.
그냥 같이 가자. 어디 가요? 어디 가면 돼? 와봐. 어디 가면 돼?
네, 형. 저희 지금 다 같이 있습니다. 네네.
깊어진 주름 진실한 시름 우울한 구름 달리는 손 뜨거운 여름 지친 내 걸음 단순한 리듬 숨막힌 리듬 미쳤던 리듬 진짜가 돼야지 갈 길이 좀 깜깜깜깜 성공도 해야지 근데 그게 잘 될까 아무도 관심이 없었는데 말야 사람들 앞에 서 있는 내 오직 내 믿음 깊어진 주름 진실한 시름 우울한 구름 달리는 손 뜨거운 여름 지친 내 걸음 단순한 리듬 숨막힌 리듬 미쳤던 리듬
This bridge section is fun.
아무도
Ooh.
시키지 않았는데 말야 기타를 잡고 노래하네 오직 내 믿음 깊어진 주름 진실한 시름 우울한 구름 달리는 손 뜨거운 여름 지친 내 걸음 단순한 리듬 오직 내 믿음 미쳤던 리듬은 달리는 손은 뜨거운 여름 지친 내 걸음 단순한 리듬 숨막힌 리듬 미쳤던 리듬
All right. Very nice. This was 2Z's Reason if you're hanging out. Thanks for hanging. I thought this one was really solid. The instrumentation of this song, I would definitely have to go back and give it a listen to because there's a lot of cool like chord changes in this song that I thought was really interesting and again shows off a different writing style that I feel like hasn't been seen so far. Um, but I thought this was really solid. Enjoyed a lot of the vocal tones from Hyojin. I think he's got such a unique characteristic to his voice, and I think that from what I've noticed about 2Z so far is I feel like their vocals have kind of changed and shifted over this time frame. And while it's only been like a couple of years, like it it feels like the group feels more confident in the type of music that they're writing. And so this song I feel like is at least in my opinion, I feel like is a step in that direction of kind of like pushing the boundaries a little bit more, doing stuff that's a little bit more I don't want to say out there because it's not like crazy in that aspect, but I think it's crazy for what I imagine 2Z to do. So definitely like this a lot. I also really enjoyed kind of a lot of the like background synth choices that Zunan used in this song was really nice. There's like some really like unique parts where it kind of I feel like it pops out in the song like in unique sections, which I think was really nice. I enjoyed that little reprieve in that like bridge section. I thought was really interesting. Honestly wished it was a couple bars longer because it felt so like short. So I would have loved to hear them kind of expand upon it just a little bit more. But overall, I thought I thought it was pretty solid. I enjoyed it a lot more than I feel like. Not that way it's expected because I feel like their musicality has kind of been in the ballpark of what I've enjoyed so far. But just excited to see kind of again how much more we get from them out of them because there's been some really good songs so far. So the next one on this list is back from the same release. Sarah says, "Poor giant Hyojin in that tiny ass apartment." Yeah, that was the like closet apartment. So, oof, I feel that. But very nice. We're gonna keep it moving here with a back.
우리는 잘생겼다. 아자 아자.
난 너무 지쳐 돌아갈까 back 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 여기저기 불만투성이 blah 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 떠나온 지 이제 겨우 38시간 이제 투어의 시작이야 pep pep I have a real reason just like an illusion 우린 같은 나는 let it dancing I wanna feel the emotion and more satisfaction 우린 같은 곳을 바라보네 난 타임머신 타고 왔고 back 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 지구는 너무 아파했어 sick 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 날 만나려고 기다렸던 2년 반 동안 이렇게 서로 빛나기를 bling 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 Can you hear me? We missed the flight I'm going down 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 It's funny time Enjoy it We're getting high 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 high
Those pitch vocals are so interesting.
I have a real reason just like an illusion 우린 같은 나는 let it dancing I wanna feel the emotion and more satisfaction 우린 같은 곳을 바라보네 I have a real reason just like an illusion 우린 같은 나는 let it dancing I wanna feel the emotion and more satisfaction 우린 같은 곳을 바라보네 I have a real reason just like an illusion 우린 그날 만났고 너와 같은 I wanna feel the emotion and more satisfaction 우린 결국 하나고 너와 같은 꿈을 have a real reason just like an illusion no. I wanna feel the emotion more satisfaction no. I have a real reason
Ooh, I like the way they ended that. All right, this was two Z's back. If you're hanging out, thanks for hanging. I thought this one was really interesting. I love the shots of, obviously it looks like they were performing in South America, maybe potentially, or maybe this might have been Europe. I'm not 100% sure. Let me see if it will tell me. Okay, yeah, it was a mix. Sarah says they have a very large Latin American audience. Oh, very interesting. I thought this was fun. I enjoyed this a lot. I like kind of like the instrumentation was really interesting. Like they incorporated like a little bit of like different instrumentation, like I think they had like a little bit of like bongos and like stuff like that. I couldn't kind of attribute it similarly to like I don't want to say like bar for bar it's the same thing, but kind of gave me like hints of like how Carlos Santana uses like those like Latin instrumentation in his music. Obviously, Carlos Santana is an incredible guitar player and like musician. But just like the kind of homage to that type of music I think is really nice, and obviously to have sort of that sort of encapsulation on this MV, and them touring a lot in Latin America. I thought that was really cool. Um, Vocally, I thought this has got a great hook, especially in that chorus. I think the chorus is really phenomenal in this song. Um, but yeah, I think this one kind of just checks all the boxes. It does what I feel like 2Z has done so far. Um, and I think it does it well. I don't even like the songs that I feel like I'm not really sold on right away. I feel like they do just a great job of knowing what they do well, and I think it shows. Like there's just something about their music that like even if I'm like, oh, not 100% on board with this song, I still feel like from my perspective I'm just like, wow, this is still a really well-rounded song. So this was another one that I really enjoyed. I would have liked to, again, probably will delve into this one a little bit more post stream, but enjoyed the song. Nonetheless. Sarah says that you can see it from their caption fandom name from A, which is so cute. From A to Z. Oh, that is that's cute. I like that. That's a really cool fandom name. So I appreciate that. And Gunky says it was fun, and Jazz says Latin America for the win. Let's go. Yeah. Big ups. Very nice. Very nice. We are keeping it moving. The next one is Like a Movie. Let me see. Like a Movie, their sixth EP was released on June 12th of 2023 with the title track of the same name. So let's check it out.
언제든 자신 있어 근데 좀 떨려 결국도 영화처럼
Huh.
I can take it back 내 심장에 꽂혀 빼낼 수 없는 화살에 닫혀 내 머릿속은 팝팝 새빨간 눈도 깜깜 자 이런 건 어때 너 원하는 대로 나 얼마든지 바꿀 수 있어 머리도 짧게 컷컷 더 트렌디하게 팝팝 How can I be your best friend 그날은 someday 하늘에 별을 따라 또 가득 안길게 How can I get your love babe 순간이 올까 널 향한 내 driving은 I can't stop Feeling my darling Feeling my darling 내게로 darling 이대로 정신없이 빠져들게 Yeah yeah feeling my darling 나 이대로 안돼 I think I'm falling 한 번만 내게 와주기를 바래 Yeah 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 Stop stop let's make it pop 날 다시 한번 시작해볼까 더 freshy하게 pop pop 더 fancy하게 pop pop 자 이건 또 어때 너 가라는 대로 난 남자답게 떠날 수 있어 상상해봤어 잠깐 내 자존심은 drop drop How can I be your best friend 그날은 someday 하늘에 별을 따라 또 가득 안길게 How can
All right. This was Choosy Like a Movie. If you're hanging out, thanks for hanging. I feel like this is very 80s pop, synth pop influenced. I feel like that's largely apparent in a song like this. Um, I don't want to say that it kind of giving me vibes of like Take on Me, excuse me. Um, and that's not a bad thing. Obviously, that is an incredible song for what it is. But that was like my first correlation in listening to the song, and also the MV, because like I know, especially like with that, like the way that they have like the drawn look is very reminiscent of Take on Me. Um, but I enjoyed this one a lot. I think it's a very light, it's a very bubbly sort of song. I think it shows off a different side of Tuesday that I feel like is always really impressive. And I think with each comeback, as Sonja had mentioned, um, I appreciate the fact that there is so much. I appreciate that there's so much like attention to that sort of like art style, and then obviously that correlation to Take on Me. Um, as well as that, vocally, I really enjoy Hojin's vocals. Like he kind of has like more of a like softer sort of like somberish tone, but it works out really well because like the song isn't like more aggressive or like isn't more like anthemic. It's like a song that I feel like just fits his range really well, and like isn't going out of bounds in terms of what I would kind of expect him to do. um I love that like little synth choice that they're using in this song. I thought it was like a cool kind of like, I feel like Hyojin plays off of that sort of section vocally, but then as well as that, I also like that Zunon also has some like really fun like synth sounds to kind of match up well with that. So I think the combination of those two things worked out really well. But yeah, this is a very well adjusted song. Like definitely not something I would have picked them to do sonically, but I definitely appreciate that that they're willing to step out of their box and do something just a little bit different. So good song. Sarah says, if this reminds you of Take on Me, that's another connection to my 2Z Boys Planet boards. Oh my god. That did I have to ask now, did they do Take on Me or something? Oh my god. I feel like everything is connected to Boys Planet at this point. So, very interesting. All right. Well, Sarah says ZB1 debut song samples Take on Me. Oh, okay. I feel like we listened to the debut ZB1 song in chat. Maybe we didn't, but for whatever reason I thought we did. That was like one of the first ones. Yeah, I was gonna say I think I might have. I remember because I made I do remember this because I made a comment. I was like, wow, this feels very like Take on Me, and then I'm almost positive you said this is a sample of Take on Me, and I was like, oh, okay. So, anyway, we're keeping it moving. The next one is 2Z. This is from Do Not Disturb. This is their 7th EP, Do Not Disturb, on January 10th of 2024. The title track is Hope. So, very nice. Let's keep it moving.
Only sound in the world 볼륨을 높여봐 The fool is the time 이토록 바랬던 시간이 온 것
가슴이 벅차오를 때 떨리는 손에 두려운 내 맘이 내 끝도 묻네 아무래도 내 지친 맘도 이제 좀 내려두고 쉬었다 가자고 그래도 괜찮다고 난 말해 Nobody to singing ho
삶의 무게에 쓰러진다고 해도 멈추지 마 그대로 Let me feel the love Let me feel the world 아름답잖아 I want you 행복을 바래 끝없는 용기를 바래 간절한 희망을 바래 빛나는 웃음을 바래 가슴이 떨려와 가슴이 뛰어만 너를 볼 때면 멈추지 말아줘 그대 I want you 행복을 바래 끝없는 용기를 바래 멈추지 말아줘 그대 가슴이 떨려와 가슴이 뛰어만 너를 볼 때면
All right. Very cool. This was 2Z's Hope. If you're hanging out, thanks for hanging. This I feel like the best way I can encapsulate this song is feel good. Like there's something about the song that you just vibing, bobbing your head, and just making like it just makes you feel good. It's a great song. I loved, and I don't. Sarah can correct me if I'm wrong, but it does look like Junghyun is playing like he's playing a Moog, which is like kind of like a synth. Um, I'm curious if he switched over just for this song, if he's just doing like the like using that versus using his bass. I would imagine he's still the bassist of 2Z, but interesting change up because obviously you have Zunon doing like the keys and stuff. So I was a little confused, but nonetheless I thought it was really sick. It just adds like that again, that like strong electronic like presence. But I thought it was a nice welcome addition to this track, and just like allows like the guitars to pop out a little bit more, as well as like the vocals as well. So I think it was a nice addition to this song. Sarah says that he's been on the synth a couple times, but he's usually on his bass. Okay, fair enough. This was really nice. Vocally, I feel like Hyojin did great. I also really appreciated G Sub's vocals as well. Like their characteristics together is also really sick. There was also some moments where Zunan was also doing some vocals as well. I would love to hear more of him. I know I had mentioned how much I loved his vocals, so I would have loved to kind of again see them all incorporate a little bit more. I think that would have been really nice. But the synth is what really stood out to me the most in the song. I feel like it was just so well acclimated to the song, and I think it just again adds that sort of extra like bump and like step to the song. So I really enjoyed it for that reason. But yeah, overall this was a really lively track, and I think, you know, for one of the songs that is more current, I think it really worked out super well, and just had a lot of fun vibing out to this one. So this is great. This is shout outs to this song. This was a good one. Gunky says this was great. Jazz said so fun, and then Sarah answered my question from earlier. So very nice. All right. Well, we are keeping it moving. The next one on the list is 2Z Anthem. 2Z released the single slash pre-release 2Z Anthem Do Re Mi Fa So on February 23rd of 2024. So let's check it out. Oh, nice. They use that metal melody.
통하지 않아도 괜찮아, babe. 여기까지 부를 노래가 있어. 그냥 꼬마 때도 알던 그 노래가 까먹으려 해도 맴돌던 노래가 이제 모두 어깨 소리쳐 불러. 도레미파솔파미레도 born to sing this in my life. 알고 있죠 이미 하나가 될 수 있다는 걸. Although we are not the same, we are one together. Now we sing as one. Way-oh, 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 way-oh,
Wait, what? I didn't notice. Oh my god, Sarah.
I wonder what you think about me. It's not easy to hear your voice to me. There's a song to sing together. That song I knew when I was children. That song I cannot forget its melody. Now everybody shout it together. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Want to sing this in my life. 알고 있었죠 이미. 우린 하나라는 걸. Although we are not the same, we are one together. Now we sing as one. Way-oh, 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 way-oh. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Way-oh, way-oh,
Oh, nice. All right, this was 2Z and their song 2Z Anthem. Thanks for hanging. All right, I wanted to point out the elephant in the room. Sarah says, I'm so confused by Hyojin's top. I want to be honest, I didn't notice it at first. I was just like, yo, what's wrong with this guy? I was like, what's wrong with Sarah? Like, you don't like a sweatshirt? Like, what's going on? And I it didn't click with me because I didn't see where his arms were at first. So I was just like, oh, am I just high or something? And then I saw this and I was like, wait a second, his arms aren't in the sleeves. What the fuck? And then obviously as the song went on, I realized that the sleeves aren't are connected to his shirt, but he's just wearing a fucking sweatshirt with a tank, the sleeves cut off, but the sleeves aren't cut off. He's just sticking his arms through where you would put your arms at, but not through the sleeves. So now I'm just lost in the song, and I'm trying to figure out I'm trying to listen to the song, but then my brain's I'm so confused by this. Why would anyone even if it's a fashion choice, right? Why would you choose to wear something like this? I don't know. Hyojin, if you are watching this, I need to know. I need to know the answers. I'm lost. So, besides that elephant in the room, I thought the song was great. I enjoyed the vibes. It definitely rocked. I also liked at the beginning of the song they did the do re mi fa so melody. on the guitar, and then it matched up with like the melody of the song, which was cool. I like that. I love the kind of I I uh I kind of like the vibes of that. I thought that was really sick. Vocally, this is probably one of my favorite like ensemble vocals. It felt very like anthemic, and I think that's the point. And then Sarah says, as you can imagine, this absolutely rocks. Like, it does feel like another, like, this one definitely feels like one of those songs that I'm just like, they have to play this live, and they also have to get really great crowd engagement. So really enjoyed that a lot. Like I said, this isn't reinventing the wheel by any stretch, but I feel like whenever you can get a crowd engaged or make you feel like a part of the song, I think is always really important to, extend those graces to the crowd. So I think this song obviously does a phenomenal job of that. I can't speak for that, but Sarah did go see the show, so they can speak for it. But yeah, I thought this was rad. This was a great song. Definitely amongst the favorites that we've listened to tonight. I don't think it's on top of the list, but it's definitely like one of those ones that I would just be like, nah, this one gets by for me. So definitely like this one a lot. Jess says, would this count as a lack of sleeves or an excess of sleeve? Ooh, I don't know. I don't think it's a lack of sleeve, but do I think it's excess? Probably. I would say it's an excess. Kaylee says, "Would you mean you wouldn't wear that?" Probably not. Sarah says for him, lack, for the jacket, excess. Gunky says, "Who would wear it?" Him apparently, is what Kaylee says, and then Sarah says, hot 62, 6'2" main vocalist I'm in love with. All right, well, if you stand by those fashion choices, Sarah, then that respect. Okay. Anyway, we're gonna keep it moving. The next one we have on the playlist is Playground, which Sarah says 2Z released their fourth digital single, Playground, with the title of the same name on July 19th of 2024. On November 12th of 24, they announced that G-Sub would be leaving 2Z following a month-long hiatus due to health concerns. That's rough. Sarah says he only wore a tank top when I saw them. No weird fashion. Well, listen. Can you justify this? I don't know. You can't justify it. Kaylee says he's hot. That's why he can get away with it. Pretty privilege. He's hot. To be fair, I did not see Hyojin live, so I feel like, or 2Z live. So, maybe my stance would change if I saw 2Z live, All right, well, let's get into Playground next. There's so... All right, Playground. It wasn't fair. You can just bask in the immortal light, Sarah, that they provided to you.
이런 나파 툴툴 털고 다가와 봐 한 걸음만 더 여전히 유난히 더 조용히 가까이 꾸준히 좀 더 따뜻하게 집보다 좀 더 편안하게 언제나 꼭 감싸주던 너 Don't look back oh, oh, someday 이렇던 날개를 찾아 엄마 별까지 날아갈래 Don't step back oh, oh, something 잊은 채 살았나봐 고장난 심장을 다시 뛰게 해줄게 때론 아파 훌쩍 울고 아무렇지 않게 웃어도 가만히 여전히 유난히 더 조용히 가까이 꾸준히 더 너보다 좀 더 당당하게 거짓말보다 솔직하게 멋지게 보이고 싶던 나 그런대로 바람대로도 넌 보고 간다 해도 거친 바람과 미친 하루가 거인 같아 every day Don't look back oh, oh, someday 이렇던 날개를 찾아 엄마 별까지 날아갈래 Don't step back oh, oh,
Great chorus.
something 잊은 채 살았나봐 고장난 심장을 다시 뛰게 해줄게 다시 돌아온다면 멈춰버린 세상에 함께 불을 켜줘 Saturday night Don't look back 너와 함께 한다면 닫혀버린 세상에 희망의 노래를 불러 다시 웃게 해줄게 네가 돌아온다면 멈춰버린 세상에 함께 불을 켜줘 Saturday night Don't step back 잃었던 날개 찾아 엄마 별까지 갈래 함께 할 수 있다면
All right. Well, I don't think there's anything. I was gonna say there's nothing else at the end. Okay. This was 2Z's Playground. If you're hanging out, thanks for hanging. I enjoyed this a lot. This one's probably, I don't want to say it's one of my favorites, but it's definitely up there for sure. Sarah says no, just bummed you showing off how he is. Oh my God. Ending. I was gonna say ending very for real. No, I thought this was really good. Enjoyed the kind of like the more, I don't want to say it's like alternative, but I enjoyed kind of the more like indie rock approach to this song. I thought it was really nice, like those really somber type verses in the song I think were really good. And then you get that really more like punchy, like aggressive. I want to say aggressive in a bad way, but like more punchier, has a definitely more energy in that like chorus section of the song. It does feel like the song kind of culminates to those choruses, which is really sick. I really enjoyed the vocal melodies of this song as well too. I think their vocal choices were really good. Definitely, and again that chorus, I feel like it was really catchy. Got a great hook. I feel like it sucked you in pretty immediately once that first chorus hit, and then as the song kind of goes on, I really thought that was awesome. I also enjoyed a lot of the like instrumentation. I thought the guitar work was really sick in this song as well too. And I thought the trade-off between which is really sad, the trade-off between like G-Sub and Hyojin I think was really great in this song as well too. Like their melody choices matched up really well. It's unfortunate that he had to exit the group for health concerns, and I just feel like he had left. He had left a large mark on this group, and obviously best wishes towards him going further. Hopefully he's able to, get what he needs to get, and sees fulfillment and things outside of 2Z. But I think they'll be fine. I definitely think they are the type of group that obviously has lost members, but I'm hoping that the best is still yet to come for these guys. So very, very nice. This was definitely one of the more standout songs for me that I've heard tonight. I really enjoyed this one a lot. So great song. We are keeping it moving. The next one, it looks like is it Glory Days? Or on January 5th, Newborn released the newest member of 2Z through Glory Days teaser of the 8th EP, Glorious Youth. Newborn had joined the group on their North America tour. On January 9th, 2Z released the 8th mini album, Glorious Youth, with the title track Great Force, and promoted B-side Something Special. Okay, very nice. Let me see. Kaylee says we need to bring back Brendan's ending fairies at the end of the streets. Oh no. Sarah says I literally forgot about these. Biscuit said, "LOL, did I miss this? We should." Kelly says, "Oh my god, yeah, it was a while ago. I might have been before you joined. Oh my god, now he needs to. I need to experience this." Okay, I will do the ending fairy. I will do your choice of ending fairy for the end of the stream. So I will concede to Biscuit. We will do it, but. Let's get into the next one, which it looks to be is Great Force is the next one. So let's check it out. Oh, let's go, Jazz. That high air snare, that's so sick.
오랫동안 간직한 비밀에 나의 주문을 외우면 내 쓰러진 영혼에 더 힘을 더내 뒤틀린 가슴에 더 꿈을 더 오직 널 위해 쓰던 멜로디 너의 눈을 처음 봤었던 그때 난 가질 거란 걸 알았다 네가 나의 이름을 부를 때 No, 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 no 그 상상조차 할 수 없던 너 운명이란 괴물이 될 때 No, no, no No, no, no I'm too new 차갑게도 돌아서 갈 때면 이별 노래가 좋았다 오랫동안 준비한 비밀에 나의 눈물을 더하면 쓰러진 영혼에 뭘 더해 뭘내 뒤틀린 가슴에 뭘 더해 뭘 오직 널 잊으려 했던 멜로디 네가 원하면 모두 다 줄게 그게 운명이란 걸 알았다 돌아서 나를 다시 부를 때 No, 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 no 그 미움조차 필요 없던 넌 잔인하게 원했던 그 말 No, no, no No, no, no 너의 눈을 처음 봤었던 그때 난 망가질 거란
All right. Very cool. This was 2Z, and this was Great Force is their title track. Very nice. Um wow, this was awesome. I really like this one a lot. I would care to guess this is the one that Gunky was most excited for me to check out on this 2Z playlist, because they must have known I was going to enjoy this one, because is definitely up my alley. I love the kind of more like rock tonality. I like they're getting more into that space, which is great. I think it's definitely, it feels appropriate, right? You have a new guitar player. Their influences, I feel like, are just as important to the whole storyline of the group. So it looks like New Vorn kind of has more like more of a rock, maybe even borderline like metal background. So definitely feels more in line with that, and like even the like musicality of the song feels more like that as well too. I like the kind of contrast between the really really great like synth choices in this song from Zunon. I feel like he absolutely crushed it in this song with like kind of like matching up well with like this really strong guitar work, and then like those parts where he was able to add some like beautiful piano sections in there, more specifically in the verses, was really nice. So I really appreciate that a ton. Also, Hyojin sounded incredible. Like he's definitely got more, as I mentioned in probably a previous comment on 2Z, but like I feel like so far like his vocals have just kind of grown and become more mature over this time, and I feel like this one feels the most like he's pushing his voice and really trying to do different things, and so I respect that immensely, because it takes a lot of skill, it takes a lot of like talent, and obviously a lot of hard work, and I feel like he is definitely put in that time to do what he needs to do vocally to get to that space. So kudos to him. But man, the energy of this song was awesome. Also enjoyed a lot of the like bass tones in this as well. Really great from Jung Hyun. And then as well as I gotta give a shout outs to Bumjun in the song. That like snare hi-hat like bump at the beginning was just so much fun, and I feel like he delivers it with such a great energy. So yeah, this one's probably amongst my favorites 100% without a doubt. So Biscuit says this is already one of my favorites. And then Sarah says, fun fact, one of the photos for the photo cards for this album was taken in my hometown during their tour stop here. Holy that's crazy. Do you have that photo card? I would have to know. That's very interesting. Kaylee says, if I saw a photo card of my idol in my hometown, I feel like I'd be concerned on how the heck they got here. LOL. And then Sarah said, it was truly bizarre. It's not like I'm from the smallest city, but having a K-pop photo card taken 20 minutes away from my house is wild. Oh my God. That's in your backyard practically. So, oh my God, that's awesome. All right. Well, we are closing the stream off with one more song. This is Something Special from the same release. So let's check it out.
모두 날 쳐다봐 낯선 이 무대 위 밤이 널 데려간 곳에서 두려워 않겠어 급박한 추락도 나와 난 시작부터 다르니 Can you listen to the music Can you see the magic 보여준 적 없어 아직 난 마치 나의 깊이 때가 되면 내게 되지 내 귀에 들려주는 story 이제 못할 거야 마치 짜여진
Sarah, you could say it's something special.
Something special You can't imagine 난 다를 거야 누구와도 좀 작은 너랑 못해 Something special You can't imagine 난 다를 거야 누구와도 좀 작은 너랑 못해
It was there. I'm sorry.
Something special 잘 시간에 더 깊이 들어가 딴 생각 따윈 넌 못하게 머물지 않겠어 끝장난 이곳에 나와는 시작부터 비켜가 Can you listen to the music Can you see the magic 풀어준 적 없어 아직 난 마치 나의 깊이 때가 되면 알게 되지 내 귀에 들려주는 story 잊지 못할 거야 마치
I feel like this is just their excuse to like make stuff on camera.
Something special You can't imagine 난 다를 거야 누구와도 침착하게 너랑 못해 Something special You can't imagine 난 다를 거야 누구와도 침착하게 너랑 못해 Something special Something special Something special
Huh. All right. This was 2Z Something Special. If you're hanging out, thanks for hanging. This was a fun song. I have learned very immediately that you can never judge a title track by the rest of the album, and I feel like this is a very good example of that statement. Because I would have never placed this song to be on the same release as what we heard for Great Force, and that's not to say that, you know, obviously I might have more of a bias towards Great Force, certainly, but I thought this was very nice. You know, it's definitely more synth driven, which is, you know, completely fine, and I think it works out well for this song specifically. But this is just like more of a chill, like vibier sort of song, and you know, I think there has to be a good variety on releases, as you know, again, someone who kind of religiously listens to albums from front to back. I feel like you got to have those songs that are just, you know, a little bit more vibey, and I appreciate this song for what it is. Certainly, I don't feel that it is doing anything that I wouldn't expect 2Z to do, but I do think it is a little bit more reserved, and I would imagine that is kind of the intentionality of behind it, just because this song is just because Great Force was like so punchy, so aggressive, so in your face. It's good to have these types of songs. I like the synth choices in this as well. I thought that they worked out really well, and again, we saw it looked like it was Jung Hyun's doing a lot of that like Moog synth, which is really fun. I also loved a little bit of the like synth choice as well from Zunan as well. I feel like that was really great too. Um, but yeah, I just thought this was a really solid song. Like, again, this is not doing anything absolutely outrageous in my book, but I also don't think it was a bad song by any means. So very nice. And I'm sure if you've seen it, Sarah also included a photo of them with 2Z. So I feel like I had to share it. But very nice. Sarah, thank you for the extensive deep dive work. I appreciate that. Favorites of mine from tonight, I have to feel like I gotta say Great Force is definitely one of my favorites. I would also say I really liked Fighting for My Dream. What was another one? All I Need, I also really enjoyed from like earlier on. I would say that those are my three favorites, and then I would probably put as an honorable mention either Playground or 2Z Anthem, I think would be my favorites. Um, Gunky says it's unacceptable that this is the last song I need to get hyped for pre-ordering Switch. How much you have? Like 10, what? Like 10, 15 minutes? I think you can. I think you've got it. I don't. Do you want me to put on a song that is like anthemy? Do you want me to get you in the mood, Gunky, for the Switch hype? I can't do it. Viscous says great forest, not without you, I need. Very nice. Okay, great choices, Biscuit. Sarah says stupid Doctor 2Z Anthem and special shout outs to Roulette and Cheesecake, which did not make the playlist. Just do this, it would hype me. Okay, in just a second. Very nice, very nice. Sarah says sees that's so many hot people in one picture. That's accurate. Okay. Very nice, very nice. Cool. All right.